if he's not doing anything?
They got to record that. You know, we got to just have that
Well,
for the archive.
The way I understand, everyone will have a separate robot camera on them, so Fred will have one, in fact.
The robot camera will also be sleeping.
Yes. Why don't we just show a still of Fred? Like never... Even like when he's talking.
Like a cardboard cutout.
Right, now that would be funny.
A picture.
Absolutely. Just a picture of Fred.
I'm up for it.
All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. I think all of our Long Island listeners were calling Cablevision yesterday demanding why they don't get the E-Network and why they can't watch our new TV show that's going to be on nightly.
Good.
Yeah.
It's about time somebody took Cablevision in hand.
Yeah. And Cablevision already called E and said, hey, tell Howard he's not going to do this again, is he?
Oh, no. Like you're doing something.
Yeah, like I'm doing something wrong. I'm saying, hey, Long Island is the 11th largest market in the country. Where the hell is my cable? Yeah, where are all my stations? Give me some stations. Give me more stations that I know what to do with. It's a good idea to call over there and just demand that you get the E channel full time so you can see our show, because our show airs at night. Because imagine like today, Malika's coming in, Sam Kinnison's widow. You know, she always wears something good and it always gets a little wild. Today I'm going to ask her to give me favors like she gave Sam. I'll say, hey, Sam's dead. He's been dead a long time now. How about, it's about time you and I got physical with one another.
Well, then you could ask both sisters.
Yeah. I want to experience what Sam did. Sorry?
They're both coming?
I believe so. I believe they come in tandem.
Yeah.
I've never seen them separated.
Except when Malika found out that Sabrina was sleeping with Sam.
That didn't last long. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. Okay, I got to write some words to that song. Write that on my list of things to do. We got to take a short break. We'll be back with you right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
I love wearing baggy pants because I can just put my hand down my pants and mess with myself during the show. That's what I'm doing right now. Hey, you got to see this. This is the best drawing of Gary I have ever seen, Baba Booey. He's got a pointed head with his new haircut and his teeth, and now he has no chin. And his hands, you got to look at the hands. They're like gorilla-like.
That's the awful part.
And a big hump in his back.
His head like in that Freaks movie.
Jackie's going to go. Look, Jackie, look.
Oh, geez.
Look at the hands.
The lack of the lower jaw just really helps the teeth.
Yeah.
You see, I never thought to draw Gary without a lower lip,
and that's also a nice touch that his hands reach his feet.
I can see it over Jackie's shoulder. That's hysterical.
Isn't that great?
I can't see. I hadn't seen the whole. Oh my God.
Poor Gary.
You see the one yesterday with the toothbrush, but with the finger coming up out of it, going into
this guy had this great thing, a toothbrush, but attached to the toothbrush is a utensil that picks your nose while you brush your teeth.
You inspire people, Gary.
And I feel proud of it. Hey, you helping a lot of people learn about art.
People who didn't think they could draw have taken out pen and ink to pay tribute to you.
I know Judith Regan wants me to do another book. I was thinking, I'll edit, do a Gary art book and let her edit it. Gary art. It'll be brilliant. Anyway,
it's the Baba period.
Baba Booey. I hardly know where to begin. We have so much stuff to go through. The first thing I want to do is find tissues. We used to have a nice big roll of toilet paper in here. But I don't see it. Look at all this stuff. There is stuff that has been laying around this studio for years that I don't think anybody uses. Now, for example, I'm looking over here to my right. See if we had the TV show now. The camera would follow me. We start that in 3 weeks, but...
You actually got a date?
Yeah, I think we announced it yesterday.
Well, nobody was sure.
Oh.
So you're in the same position you were in before.
Anyway, here's a can of Freon that's been sitting here for God knows how long. Freon.
What? Let me see that?
Here. It just sits there.
Oh, yes, I've seen that before.
I think it's for cleaning the tape heads. And I don't know what it's for cleaning equipment, but the engineering department should have this, not...
Yeah, why is it just sitting in here?
Okay, then you got another can of Anti-Stat. Eliminate static electricity, I guess, on records. Meanwhile, we don't even play records anymore, I don't think. Hardly ever. Then you got a can... Thanks, Gary.
Another Freon over here.
There's a Freon by Jackie, and there's a Freon. Here's another can of Freon that I think is the same thing.
Yeah, but that one you can stick the Q-tips in. So they just leave their cleaning supplies in here.
Yeah, here's Lysol, which I have no idea why this should be in a radio studio. This should not be sprayed in my studio, which I'm going to throw right out. I'm sick of looking at it. Here's a cowbell that has been sitting here for years. Nobody uses it.
Is that yours, Jackie?
No. Jackie's a cow, so he has a cowbell, but it's not his. I'm throwing that out. Then there's a rag. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this. I'm throwing this out.
You should.
Now look at this. Here's a bunch of broken covers from CDs. Throwing that out.
Well, why are you cleaning the studio?
Because no one else cleans it. I just want to make a point. This place hasn't been cleaned in months. What are this is Allison Steele's teeth. What are they doing?
Now, come on. Does she have a separate set for work? Like she took them on vacation with her.
I'm just joking. She has her own teeth.
Of course.
All right, this is splicing tape. That should. Why anyone's splicing it here, I don't know. And
You kind of need that.
no, it's in a box. What do you need it for? It's not on a thing you can use. Here's matches. Now look at this. Here, Gary, get rid of these. I don't know. Are you supposed to throw matches in the garbage? I'm always nervous to throw them in the garbage.
What are they going to do?
Ignite.
How?
I don't know. Here's a thing that I don't even know what this is. I think it holds an old stylus, an old stylus for a phonograph record. This has been, and it's full of hairs and gunk. That goes in the garbage. Here's the Sweet and Low packet. That goes in the garbage. Here's whiteout. Now, why we need whiteout in the studio, I don't know. I'm going to throw that out.
So if you needed to get to the turntable, can you?
Here is a memo. No, here is a memo that you should see how filthy these turntables are.
Is the memo dated?
Here's a memo. Who to call at Unistar ABC. We don't even have an ABC uplink anymore. And it's over here where you can't read it. So why would it be of use to anyone? I'm throwing this out. Here's a thing of Q-tips. All right, that I can see they need because I know I clean my ears during the show. All right, that we'll use. Now look at this. Here's something called. Look at the filth back here. Look at this filth. I got to breathe in here every day.
Is that a zero?
What's a zero stat?
You point it at at the records and you pump it. It's supposed to take the static out of the albums.
That's what it's supposed to do. I don't know if it even works.
This doesn't work.
I don't think those things worked when they worked.
Throw it out. Here. Look at this. Come here. You got to look at this dirt. Come here. I need a witness. Look at the dirt here. Look at this.
Why don't you call Tom in?
Tom, where are you? Look at that. I mean, come on. I'm breathing here.
That really is gross.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, they could clean it. You think it's right on the turntable?
Yeah, I mean, it's just disgusting. I mean, what am I, a dog? Tom, come here. Now, come here. I want you to do an inspection, Tom. You're the general manager of the biggest radio station in the Infinity chain. Look at this. Look at the garbage in here. There's mice living in there, I bet. What do you think of that?
Pretty dirty.
All right, come on, Tom. Now, come on. It's disgusting. The working conditions are disgusting.
Don't go under the console, by the way.
No, we're not going to.
Yeah, the spider webs
and dust balls.
Yeah, I don't want anything getting your new hairdo.
And scorpions.
What do you think? That's my computer battery. That's something we need. Daddy, the one thing he noticed is the one thing we need.
Get rid of that.
You're going to get rid of that? What's this? He goes.
Can of tuna.
That's a cable to. Get away from my can of tuna.
And what's this bagel over here?
Get out of there. You're insane.
What do you have to posit? No,
Tomorrow I'm coming in here and putting on white gloves. And why are you saying suppositories? You know that's a dirty word.
That's right.
He's in here saying suppositories.
What is he trying to do?
I don't know.
Start
He's
something?
Shock general manager.
Shock Tom. Put us over 2 million.
You know there's not one cockroach over there because they're afraid to go over there?
It's too dirty.
It's too dirty? All right, Tom has seen it. I'm sure he's going to clean up. It is disgusting in here. It is.
Nobody moves anything.
Nobody moves. If something is in here...
I'll tell you. Look at this.
Yeah. What do you got?
There's been a Xerox of Stan Dworkin's high school photo from his yearbook that has been sitting here since before the convention.
I thought you were saving that, I swear. I saw it there every day, and I thought you were saving it.
Well, Stan Dworkin is our running mate. In a way, it's good. I mean, that they don't throw anything out.
It should be in a file or in the office. It
well, I don't know about
waiting
that.
to be thrown away, right?
You're absolutely right.
I wasn't blaming Papa Fooey.
Well, you can blame Fafa Fooey.
Just doing that.
Fa-fa-fooey.
You're doing that?
All right, what are we doing today? I know I have a bunch of stuff to play on the air.
Well, I can think of one right off the top of my head. There's Fred's tape of his concert.
Right. I'm ready to play that. And by the way, we have Fred, big announcement.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. Give me the timpani.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. 1,
Go.
2. All right, there it is. Man of his word. Fred has signed with Atlantic Records.
There you go.
No. All right. What we now have an Orlando phone line. I can take calls from Orlando, Florida. And I said to Baba Booey, what's the phone number over there? He goes, I don't know, boy. I don't know. They told me there's an Orlando line, but nobody gave me the number. I said, well, what you do is you ask for it. They don't give it to you.
Well, there's no one here to ask.
Oh, I see. You just found out about it this morning.
Yeah, he just let me know this morning. No.
I see. So, in other words, there's a line, but I don't know that anyone knows who to call or how to call.
Maybe they're announcing it in Orlando.
Nah.
I don't know.
Never works that way, Robin. Never works that way. But there is an Orlando phone line if you want to call us on it, but it's up to you to find out how to do it. Because we don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
Thank you. I have a bunch of stuff to play today, including Fred Norris's debut on stage with his new band.
And you tell me they're in between the song raps and everything?
Oh, yeah, we have it all. He's like Bruce Springsteen. Fred speaks. You know, we very rarely hear Fred speaking, so we will get to hear Fred speak.
This is so exciting.
Who knows what Fred has to say when he's not around us? We're going to bring you to that.
Who knows what he has to say when he's around us?
Yeah, I could never figure it out. Hi, you're on the air in New York.
Hi there, who's this?
This is Howard. You're on the air.
Howard?
You're on the air.
Has anyone seen Stuttering John's review in Rolling Stone?
I thought it was actually quite good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You got to go. You know, I haven't read.
See it.
I purposely haven't been reading Stuttering John's bad reviews on the air because, reviews don't mean anything. I know it would break his heart if I read them on the air.
I liked a couple of songs that you played that day it came out.
Yeah, it's good. What'd you say, Fafa Fooey?
I said some of them are sort of unfair. Some of the reviews are bad just because people don't like you.
Yeah.
And they don't even review John's record. They just say, like, John's a buffoon.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone's
But they're right about that. He is a buffoon.
But they should think about the music.
Right. I mean, you think a lot of guys in music aren't buffoons? What do you think? The guys in the Stones are upstanding guys?
Yeah, they're good to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, the guys in the Red Hot Chili Peppers don't look like they're too stable.
Keith Richards was using his body as a chemical plant.
Yeah.
But we'll just stick to reviewing their music.
Stuttering John gets up every morning to come to work. It's a lot more stable than most rock stars.
Yeah.
Anyway, the songs I heard that you played were pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good record.
I hope they play more on the radio.
I liked it. Some of the other stations here in New York are playing his record. You know, the rock stations.
How's it going?
I don't know. He's going around telling everyone that he sold 80,000 records, but at the same point, I think the record company told him to say that.
Oh.
So I can't really tell how many records he sold.
I do have to say, I was running in Central Park the other day, and you know how sometimes when you're running, you're looking for a good song?
Yeah.
And I was flipping around the dial, and I heard Stuttering John's song.
Oh, great.
One of the stations.
And what'd you do? Did you listen to it?
I ran harder.
Well, I got a fart. Anyone want to hear it?
I'd like to.
All right.
Another dud coming up.
No, not necessarily. I think Boss has got this right.
Oh!
All right, let's have an evaluation.
That was Fred.
All right, I got a 9.8 from Jackie.
I'll give you an 8.
An 8. A 10 from Stuttering John.
Can I try and do it over the radio?
I'll give that one.
I've heard Howard's 10.
It was excellent.
What do you give that, Robin?
I'll give that one a 9.
Thank you.
I'm going to try and do it myself.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was silent but deadly. I got moved away.
0. All zeros all around. We'll give you one for
That's
smell.
a shame.
That was a pretty good one, huh, Robin? Occasionally I choke. I choke from minute to minute. What is it?
Would you like the Orlando phone number?
Okay.
It's 1-800-443-1041.
Baba Booey. That sounds like a good number to me. 443-104.1?
Yes. Baba Booey.
Okay.
Any chance of seeing John in MTV or VH1? That could be scary.
They put his video on once a week on that Headbangers Ball. But other than that, MTV really hasn't gotten behind him.
They're kind of strange anyway.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, who was in the back room came on the phone.
Hey, Stuttering John, what's going on, dude? What's going on with your record? You want to tell everyone the truth, or are you going to do the record company?
No, I'm not. I wasn't lying, you know. But that's how much that is out. Is 80,000 records.
That's how many
out,
they put out.
Yeah, but
I mean, sold
I would say about 20,000 right now.
Yeah, okay, that's a little better.
You know, I mean, but you know, they tell me it's 80,000. So.
It's 80,000. All right.
Hey, as far as video goes, yeah, they're only playing it on Headbangers Ball.
Hey, John, that CD sounds great. How do you guys sound live?
I think we sound great live.
What are you asking him for?
What'd
you say?
Words can't speak. Huh? Words can't
speechless.
He's speechless. He's so good live, he's speechless.
Living proof that John's got a lot riding on this record.
Yeah, I mean, really.
Well, you know, it's just...
Let's put it this way. Live shows are very long, the way he speaks, when he does his rap.
Hey, I'd purchase a bootleg of it.
John, that might have been the best stutter yet. I mean, you gave up. You couldn't even get the first word out.
You know, I got torn between saying two things at the same time.
And we didn't hear either of them.
They're both lost.
But you know what it is? It's like...
What?
You know what it is? It's like...
Oh, come on, dude. Just talk.
No, I know. I'm just... Yeah, no. To do a good live show. We opened for Collective Soul in Florida on Saturday night. It was really good. Kick that.
Did anybody time that one?
Oh, man. There was a period that he just completely went silent.
He shut down.
Yeah.
Part of history.
You just witnessed the history. No, record companies traditionally do that. What they do is they ship out like 80,000 albums.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, we sold 80,000, when in fact you don't know how many you sold.
Yeah, you really don't know because...
But look at Jackie. Jackie has 400,000 albums out and he only sold 18.
Well, it's impossible to see like the receipts of what they sell out.
No.
All right, here I go. You guys ready to evaluate? Yeah. I'm going to pass some wins.
Oh,
here we go. And I want everyone to go in order from Gary all the way, Robin. You'll be last. Here we go.
Yeah, that was a 6.
John?
7.
You know what you're capable of.
All right.
That was like a 6 or a 6.5, but the reason I gave the other one such a high score is because it would be real good on tape.
Gary, you smelling it?
I don't know, but just by you mentioning it makes me ill.
Fred?
I gave it a 7.0. I was a little bit more generous.
All right. Robin?
I would say about a 7 on
Thank you, Robin.
You know, I wouldn't care about the odor had you not mentioned what you ate.
Oh,
you know,
man.
that makes it so much worse.
Well, I'm trying to cut down. I'm trying to get real skinny, you know, because I'm sick of being like, I got love handles and stuff.
You're dieting off the love handles.
I'm trying to, because I can't do aerobics. Because I'm too weak from not eating. So,
it's a vicious cycle.
It really is. You try to cut down on your food, but then you can't do aerobics. You know, I want to get into some shape, because it's embarrassing. And
but I thought if you increase the aerobics, you get to eat more.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. For me, I never end up eating anything. But anyway, so what I'm doing is, I now at night don't eat any kind of rice or pasta because that stuff's real fattening.
Right.
I eat beans.
Only beans. Beans are the base food.
Right. I have beans, and then I take a whole mess of this salsa.
I have to thank you for the salsa tip.
It's great, isn't it?
I just bought some. It is delicious.
And you can put it on any garbage.
And it makes it taste good.
You can put that on rice cakes, and it tastes good.
Because I just threw some rice and some beans in a bowl and put that salsa on it. I had a great meal.
It's a party.
I just can't believe that you spent all those years eating turkey and potato, and now you're telling us that it's fattening.
No. I didn't say turkey and potato is fattening.
You don't eat. You said you don't have potatoes and rice.
No, I said I don't have rice and pasta.
Oh. And
you don't listen, Baba Booey.
So rice you feel is fattening?
Does he listen? You see how he doesn't listen? And then he swear, if there were no witnesses, that I just said potato.
No.
This is how come we always have arguments.
No, I admit that I did not hear you.
Yeah, of course not. You got 20 witnesses.
Why don't you all make that like a recipe of some bean mixture in the morning and come in and have your own little contest? That's good for you, too.
No, in the morning I eat something different.
You'll kill the DJs after, but, you know.
In the morning I eat 2 portions of cream of wheat, 3 egg whites, and,
Are you getting hungry?
and a banana.
I already ate my breakfast.
You're going to barf.
Coming up.
I know, everything I eat is gross, I know. But you know what? I eat 0 fat.
Yeah.
I eat so little fat that my eyeball dried out.
But your eyeball didn't dry out from that.
I don't know. That's what some guy said.
Yeah, but it's continued no matter what you eat.
That's true. All right. So,
So don't blame the fat.
Don't make any false claims.
That's right.
Well, I don't know. I've heard all kinds of theories on why my eyeball dried out. Most of them that my wife doesn't give me any sex.
I'll tell you the truth, though, but your eye's supposed to be giving you water all the time.
Can I tell you something? I guarantee you my eyeball would never hurt me if you put me in an apartment with Amy Lynn for a year. And you let me just have sex with her every day.
I'll bet you other parts of you would end up hurting.
Yeah, like what?
And he wouldn't mind.
Your back.
No, I don't think so.
Back trouble.
Well, no,
I guarantee I wouldn't have any...
You know what? His head would start
Right.
hurting.
No, I'm saying guilt-free.
Oh, yeah, then it would go.
Like my wife is dead.
Hey, Howard,
No.
can I ask you
You
a
know
couple
what
questions?
you should do?
What?
Have a doctor write you a prescription.
No,
One
a guy...
Amy Lynn.
Yeah, one Amy Lynn a day. Let me tell you something. Sex is a cure-all, because when you know you're having sex with a hot piece of ass...
But I'll tell you what's going to start hurting you. Do you think that you can have an Amy Lynn and she's not going to want to stay up late and have some drinks, go
Here's
drinking?
the way I would play it if I was single. I don't want to get into a long discussion on this. I would just, do her until she started nagging me and then move on to the next one.
It could be quick.
Yeah.
It could be 2 or 3 weeks.
Fine. That's all I need of her. Believe me, my eyeball don't hurt for 3 weeks. I'm ahead of the game.
Hey, Howard.
What?
You hear your dad on the radio once in a while more? I like when you call him up.
Yeah, all right.
I like the way he thinks.
Yeah, my father's really smart. He's just not good when it comes to raising kids.
Yeah, so I read.
My dad read the New York Times every day of his life, and it made him real smart.
Hey, I got to tell you something funny.
I actually admire my father in many respects, except for the way he used to scream at me and call me a moron, and an idiot, and a douche, and a schmo.
After reading your book, I saw that business card in there from WRNW.
Yeah.
Would you believe that I grew up in that town? And we used to walk.
Yeah, I believe it.
We used to, yeah, I bet you would. We used to walk by up and we'd say, "Who the heck is up there?" And they say, "Oh, my friends would say, some kooky guy up there, but he's getting popular."
Oh, no, okay. All right, I wasn't that kooky back then. Okay, thanks.
Hey, have a good day, Howard.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That guy ran out of stuff to say.
Would you believe I was born in that town?
It's a great town. I worked in a radio station in a town called Briarcliff Manor. I would have loved to have grown up in a town like that. Lily White. No hassles.
You just act like white is the cure-all to everything.
For me, it would have been.
You went to a white community and you were miserable. Let me just remind you.
That's because I was shook up from the black community.
Right, you were de-stressing.
It was too close to the old community.
Right.
To calm down.
Oh, stop it. You don't know anything about it. You grew up in a white community.
Oh, it was white.
She grew up with whiteys. And look how happy you were in school. See, I told you that's the answer.
Oh, they were white.
Briarcliff Manor. What a nice community. Oh, Lily White with the nice little houses with the picket fence. Can't beat that. I'll tell you, no problems there.
Heaven.
I swear you think you're in heaven. And I like this guy. Can you believe I grew up there? I wish I grew up there. I tell you that. No one was even tan.
They refused.
They refused to tan.
It was against the law.
Absolutely. You know, someone wrote us a letter and said, Howard, if you had a button. See, everyone thinks that, I'm some kind of racist or something because I said something like that. I said, no. I had problems because I was the only white guy in a black community. If I had been black, it would have been fine. So some guy writes a letter. He goes, ask everyone on the show, if they had a button that would eliminate all black people, would you press the button?
Oh, yeah.
Jackie, I didn't ask you.
He didn't even ask you.
We know your answer. So.
Wait a minute. That was a tape.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Who is he, the mayor of Bayville now? He's got to protect his reputation.
What, are you running for office? That was a tape. I've been framed.
That was a tape.
I'm innocent.
So the point is, if there was a button that would eliminate... Let's go to our phones and see if people would hit the button.
Oh, dear.
Because I said to Ronnie, the limo driver, because I know he gets mad at the blacks.
But he gets mad at everybody.
Right. So he says to me, I said to him, would you press the button? And he goes, absolutely not. I go, you're kidding? He goes, no, I would want a button where I could selectively get rid of certain blacks and a lot of these Arab cab drivers.
Yeah. Ronnie would be pushing the button every minute. Everybody be gone but Ronnie.
We were driving yesterday, and we were behind a car where loud music was coming out, and they were driving super slow.
Uh-huh.
It was about 5. You can see from the afro, it was about 5 black guys. I go, hey, Ronnie, you need the button?
You two whiteys have a good time in that limo, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yocking it up. Let's find out if there are people on the phone, Robin, that would hit the button. Now, no, I don't think anyone in this room would hit the button, would they?
No. But I told you I worked in that place where they had a button like that. You pushed it.
It didn't kill people.
No, but you followed them until they left the store.
Right.
Sort of made them disappear.
Gary worked for a store. It was called the Schvuggy Buzzer. Right? Didn't you call it that?
No, you called it that.
Oh, what did they call it at the store?
They didn't call it anything. They just called it the buzzer.
The Buzzer.
The buzzer.
He worked at a clothing store?
Yes.
He's lying.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
What do you
Where
mean?
did we get the name?
What did they call the button?
No, they didn't call it anything. I don't know what Jackie's talking about. They called it the buzzer.
Did they?
Maybe
Exactly.
Ronnie told us it was a Spooky Buzzer.
No, Ronnie made up that name.
Did he? Schvuggy Buzzer. Anyway, so Gary works at this store, right?
Yes.
And
in Hempstead.
In Hempstead. And Hempstead is like, a lot of people around the country wouldn't be familiar with Hempstead, but...
No.
What is it, Gorilla?
I got a story similar to that.
Okay, let me tell this one first.
I got a story.
I got a story.
I'll give him line.
I never heard the word similar said with a Z. Anyway,
Look at my ding shirt.
he's wearing a... I'll get to it later. Anyway, so, you guys are distracting me. There's too many guys talking. I can't get through a story.
You're the one controlling the mic.
I don't know. I get crazy. Everyone got crazy on the microphones. So anyway, Baba Booey works at the store in Hempstead. And
What
in
kind of
Baba
community is it? You were about to say.
Booey, well, it's black. But a lot of white people used to shop in Hempstead because it was kind of neat. It wasn't a mall. You know what I mean? You'd go to Hempstead, and, like, it would be various stores. It was like a whole big shopping area.
It was like a strip mall.
There was a main
Not
street.
even strip. It was just different stores. It was almost like being in Manhattan in some ways because you would go to a store, and then there was a restaurant. You know what I mean? It was nice.
So a shopping district.
Yeah, exactly. A shopping district. And it was a pretty big shopping district. Blocks and blocks. They had a Macy's. They had a whole bunch of things. But as the community got blacker and blacker, more and more crime happened. White people started to become fearful to go there. You know, there was a big racial problem.
So just about
you
what
can imagine.
time was Gary?
I was there, but I got to tell you, I was there by the time everyone had pretty much abandoned it. And you know what's really funny?
Yeah.
This was in 1977.
I know exactly, because I used to. My mother insisted on shopping in Hempstead. She did not. My mother does not like. My mother's very direct and very exact about what she likes and doesn't like. You know how some people are wishy-washy? My mother does not like to shop in a mall. She likes shops.
She doesn't like big stores.
Yeah, I don't
she
know
likes boutiques.
Right. She just likes to shop in the open air. I don't know what it is. You have to ask her. She doesn't like malls. And she also is very into, you shouldn't be afraid of black people. That's why I had to end up living in a black community. My luck.
Didn't work with you.
Yeah, boy. Well, live there for a while, see if you're not afraid. So anyway, that's her big thing. So she insisted on going to Hempstead with me every day, you know, and shopping at her shops.
It had nothing to do with the type of black people you were living with. Any black people would have been frightening to you.
Yes.
Okay.
But, Robin,
I'm just asking questions.
had you gone to Hempstead...
Robin, I want to see you go to Hempstead and not be afraid.
I don't go to Hempstead.
Damn right you don't.
I said I was just asking if it was any black people or the people there.
At this point, I couldn't really tell who was who.
Robin,
I just didn't want to be frightened.
Howard, can I just tell Robin something? One of my last trips to Hempstead as
Yes.
a teenager alone, I was holed up in a store and I had to call my mother because there were these guys out front that wanted my wallet. You know that place that used to go buy jeans from? It was like an Army Navy
Yeah, it
store?
was a great store. As a matter of fact, I used to buy all my jeans. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was in the back of the
What's
store.
the name of that store?
Robin Hood?
No.
I can't remember the name of it,
It was a great store. They always had my size, and I always had an awkward body. I had long legs and a rather pear-shaped ass. Hold it, I got to pass wind. Anybody want to evaluate? You should see what's going on in my pants.
Oh, see, you're
you drowned out the list.
Down.
Oh, man. Come over here and smell this microphone.
Why?
Because it's great.
It's great to you.
Come smell my aroma, Robin.
No, thank you.
Oh, boy, that felt good. Nice and relaxed.
I like experiencing you in sound only.
You're safe over there, I think. Anyway, so the blacks were waiting for you outside the Army Navy store. There was this great Army Navy store that had every kind of jeans you'd want.
Yeah?
And I didn't, you know, my mom would take me in there, and it wasn't too bad because we'd get out quick because they always had my size. Did your mom take you for shopping and stuff?
Yeah, used to go. In fact, I always equate it with like the a week before school started. You go there, do all just get your jeans and your shoes and your underwear.
Yeah, and they always have those big staples on the jeans. So you go in there and you pull them up, and you'd always cut your hand real deep with a big gash. Was I the only one doing that?
No.
I used to say to my mother, why do they do? They put pins and staples.
Yeah, why do they hurt me?
Yeah, and I would literally almost require stitches. No, that's not the point. So the pants didn't get me, the blacks would.
Life was fraught with danger.
It really was.
We used to ride our bikes into Hempstead because we lived pretty close, and if they didn't steal your bike, then in this case, I think we'd taken the bus in, and these guys said, give me your wallet.
They just said, give me your wallet.
Yes.
And they followed you to the store?
So we ran into the store. It was just me and another friend. We ran into the store, and the manager was nice enough to let me call my mother, and my mother had to come and pick me up. And, you know, then it was really weird because my mother and this guy and I walked right past the guys that were trying to rip us off and got in the car. Yeah. Like, they weren't even scared.
Were they big guys?
Yeah, I mean, if I was 14, they were 16.
Right.
But they looked 21.
Right. I know. In Roosevelt, I was in shop class, and guys used to just pull their pants down, and they were, not only were they huge, but they were like grown men. They were gray pubic hairs. You know what I mean? Some of these guys were in their 20s. I think. It had to be. Something was going on. Anyway, I'm starting to get the shakes. Okay, everyone, just calm down. I'll be fine. What?
I don't know if we talked. I think we talked about this before, but it was amazing how it escalated. Because it seemed like one year it was, hey man, give me a dime.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the next year it was, hey man, give me a quarter. And I swear it was like the next year I heard this black guy go up to my friend John Panagot and he goes, hey man, let me hold your transistor radio for the summer.
Yeah.
God.
That was the big thing. I remember when it used to be give me a dime, and then it did become let me hold.
Yeah.
I remember that transition, let me hold.
Right.
Let me hold your...
Made it gentler.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't for keeps. Just
I don't know if you read in my book this story about the guy who used to come by and just take... He used to take my lunch money, and then when I didn't have lunch money, I quickly run into the cafeteria and buy my lunch. He'd just walk over to my plate and just scoop up my whole salad with his big hand and just eat it. Yeah, his hand would be in my salad.
It's just so disgusting.
And you got to see this. This guy looked like a professional boxer.
Typical high school prank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No problem.
Robert, I never was on the end of a prank where the last word was "or I'll kill you."
Oh, come on.
That's just having fun. That's why every white guy loves that movie Crocodile Dundee. When the two black guys come up with a knife and he goes, these lads are just playing, and he just like grabs the knives away from them.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah, and it's just the black guys go running off, and you go, where's the reality in that? It should only have happened to me. Anyway, so I should have wore a big croc hat. So anyway, so Gary used to work at this clothing store. Oh my God, do I have gas? Excuse me for one more minute. Excuse me, please. I do apologize.
We didn't even rank the last one, but it wasn't very good. What is the tail in there?
That's too hard on that.
You guys are sitting in here. You haven't been complaining about the smell at all.
How's the smell, guys? Anybody?
It hasn't wafted over my way.
It smells like beans.
Well, how exciting.
Beans with salsa.
You got those matches still?
Yeah, now we need the matches.
Because I put a whole jar of salsa on those beans.
Oh. Well, I got the really hot.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, man.
Puts your brains out. Anyway, I think I'm done now. Good. I hope. Anyway, so Gary worked at this clothing store in Hempstead. He finally got a job. And the guy told him, because this was...
Now, wait a minute. Let me just ask one question. Had this been a place where it used to be no alarms, people just walk wherever
the place
they
had been there for a long time, and it was on a road that in its day was booming business, and you weren't afraid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now they're behind closed doors.
So as Hempstead became very black, they had to put it, because they were having probably a lot of problems with... shoplifting and stuff.
Right, and they were one of the last businesses to stay in Hempstead. And it was geared to white people, the business.
How do you figure?
Because those were the only people that ever showed up.
Not by intention, it just was.
Right.
No, I just wonder how you gear a store to white people.
You put a buzzer in so that when black people come.
So anyway, his boss tells him, downstairs in the basement, it'll ring. There's a little buzzer upstairs. It'll ring downstairs in the basement, right?
Well, yeah, there was a code.
Yeah, what was the code again?
One buzz meant, come on up, there's black people in the store. And it meant come up and just keep an eye on them.
Right.
I was 15 years old, man.
To eyeball the black
It was
people.
a heavy-duty, thing to put me under.
Go ahead, yeah.
2 buzzes meant that there were a lot of black people in the store, maybe a group.
And call the police.
And that you should
Like a
you should get somebody with you
Right.
to come on up. And 3 buzzes meant call the police.
There's no time to wait.
Black
So had you ever had one where you had to call the police?
No.
What was it? Did you ever go to 2 buzzers?
Did you
Yes.
ever see anybody shoplifting?
Never. But see, you know what the weird thing about it? The store...
He was watching them.
Oh, stop it.
So
How did-
the store was located...
4 buzzers meant they were cooking the manager.
The store was located in such a way...
Soup sauce. Yeah.
The store was located in such a way that the front was on a main street and the back was in a big parking lot that serviced a lot of different stores. So a lot of people would use the store as a cut-through.
Right.
And that would make them crazy.
I know the store you're talking about.
They're just cutting through.
Right.
That buzzer would go.
Right. So every minute you're doing your work, you have to run upstairs to watch the black people.
But then,
would the black people ever, stare at you?
Well, I think I told you, on Saturdays, I was a stock boy. I used to open up the boxes. But on Saturdays...
Well, you've come a long way.
Yeah.
He's still opening boxes.
He is, my box.
On Saturdays, I used to work from 10 in the morning to 6.
He's a hard worker. He's just not smart.
And the guy would say to me, the manager of the store would say to me...
Use your teeth.
No,
You'll get through the boxes much faster. Your nails aren't sharp enough.
The manager of the store would say to me, I want you to, every once in a while, just depending on his mood, I want you to stand in front of the store at the door, and I want you to keep an eye on anybody that comes by.
Wait a second, that's you opening the boxes. All right, go ahead, yes.
Keep an eye on anybody. But, I mean, he made it pretty clear, that you had to watch certain people.
Right.
So one time I was...
What did you say, the blacks?
Yeah.
All right.
So one time I was standing at the front of the store, but, I mean, I would get bored. I was a kid, and there were so many people, and these people came in, and they walked right by me, this big guy, this big, tall black guy.
Yeah.
And the guy walked right by me, and he goes, what are you supposed to be?
A demon with those big teeth?
What are you supposed to be, the security guard? And I said... No. And then he made some comment about how if I was, he probably could beat my ass pretty easily.
Right.
And I said, you probably could.
I guess he's not a...
nice banter when you walk into the store.
Yeah, pleasant man.
But
I could beat your ass.
I do have to say that, in memory now, that was after I was at the front of the store. That was after the manager had...
what business was that guy? What you were? Hey, man, you're supposed to be you're supposed to be here to God?
But you know what? I do have to say, though, in all fairness to the guy, it was a guy and 2 women. I remember it vividly. And they had walked through the store, and the manager had tailed them so closely that it made it very
You're not up to anything. What do you care how many people
it's the guy's store. He can walk as far or close to his patrons as he likes. If you don't like it, you can leave.
You're supposed to trust everybody.
No, there's no thievery going on in this country.
Yeah, especially in Hempstead.
He didn't follow his other customers that closely. I'll say that.
Doesn't matter. He liked black people, wanted to be with them while they shopped.
That's the way to look at it. That's the way you got to look at it. He loves black people.
Wanted to give them special help.
Robin, he was practically standing in their shopping bag.
Wanted to be with them.
Well, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. If I owned a store, I'd be doing the same thing on everybody.
So the white people are ripping him off.
That's right.
He knows that merchandise is going somewhere.
That's right. No, there you go. What was your story, Gorilla?
I worked at a store, Kings Plaza in Brooklyn, and a lot of people, it was a popular store, and a lot of people would come in and give applicants and stuff like that, and we had to evaluate the people.
Give applicants?
Wait a minute.
Applications, excuse me.
Tell him to slow down.
Yeah.
They would give applications for a job, and we had
Gorillas are illiterate.
We had give applicants.
We're going to give applicants. What's the college you go to again?
Hunter College.
Hunter.
Yeah.
We were pointing out how stupid Gorilla was, that he goes to Hunter College, and there was a big brouhaha at Hunter, how did Gorilla get in and stuff.
Then they called us and told us he got in under a special program.
Yeah, right.
Well, that was a brouhaha that someone from the school actually called.
I know.
That was the whole big thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had to give an evaluation, and they said no matter what, we had to, if it was a black person, we had to write NGB, which meant no good black.
No good black.
So, and they strictly...
So when you went through the applications, if it was a black, you put NGB on top.
No matter what. They said no matter what, that's what you have to put. And I was only 16. It was my first real job that I got a paycheck from, not off the books.
Right.
And I had no idea, and I was so thrilled that I got the hottest job in the mall.
Right.
That I was okay. They were either that or leave.
Yeah.
know?
Okay. So did you do it? Did you put NGB?
Most of the time I did if the manager was around, you know. I had no choice.
What'd you put down for?
You know what I like about that? It's just like you wouldn't just put a B for black, so NGB, no good. Like I'll rate.
Right, all you're doing is pointing out that they're blacks and you're not going to hire them. Why does it have to be NG?
Like, why do you have to get dirty about it?
I had to initial like all the applicants that I applications that I took.
Yeah.
So if they called up and it was a black person, I would have got fired.
I see.
So that's the description I had to put on the piece of paper.
Gorilla got creative with it. He used to put FN on the show off to his boss.
Or BB.
What's BB?
Black Bandit.
Hey, Howard, I'd also like to point out that summer job that I had with the Shroogie Buzzer, that was also the summer that I was propositioned by a 50-year-old man in the attic. It was a great
Good job.
Great job.
Taught you about life.
Oh,
you can't even go out and get a stupid, like, menial job.
Yeah, I see all these ads now. Please give kids a job for the summer.
Better off to stay home. And by the way, let's point out the guy who propositioned you was white.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because they didn't allow blacks in the store, Howard.
You could have had a few blacks coming out of you, but... Yeah, what was it? It was like a 50-year-old gay?
That was 3 months I worked that job.
And all this happened.
The guy was trying to seduce Gary, so he says to him, I remember the line, too, because he told me this. He goes to Gary, they're on like a 50-year-old guy doing boxes, inventory.
Yeah.
We were in the attic, and, everybody was sort of mean to me at the store. They were like, not nice people.
Right.
So he was sort of the guy, we were like, oh, this is the nice guy. He was like, hey, come on, let's go up in the attic and have lunch.
Right. Yeah, he was a pal.
He's going to talk to you. Hang out.
Yeah, hang out. Hey.
That's so tough when you're a kid and you think a guy is your pal, and all of a sudden he hits on you. There was a gay waiter at Pipe Rock when I used to work there, and he was such a nice little Irish guy and so friendly, and all of a sudden, Jackie, I've got a new car. Want to go for a ride? And I was like, yeah, sure. I got this car. He drives me around, and he hit on me just like if you got a girl in your car.
What did he say to you?
He put his arm around me and went to put his hand between my legs. I smacked him. What are you doing? He said something like, what are you, a tease? And I'm like, what?
Just because you accepted a ride in his car, you're going.
How old were you, Jack?
30. Last week. No.
How old were you?
I would say 15 or something like that, but I was tiny.
Jackie was really cute at 15.
Yeah, he was a little gymnast.
He was into gymnastics. I could see where guys would dig that.
Oh, Jackie,
no, but this is like 10th grade or something. I was still very scrawny and very little.
Really?
Very tight.
So wait a second. So Gary goes up into the attic with the guy. This is great. Go ahead. I remember the line. Tell me if I got it right. The guy goes, hey, you little hairy monkey. No, he goes. He says to him, he starts telling him about his army days. Right?
That's it.
And he says, in the army, well, you tell it. You tell it.
He said in the army, sometimes we'd be out for 6 months at a time, away from everybody. And sometimes some of the guys would do favors for some of the other guys. That doesn't make you gay. If you're out like that, it's not a gay thing. It's just, you just close your eyes and pretend it's a woman. That's not wrong, is it? And I would go, well, gee, it seems wrong to me.
I know. All I know is that there's no war on now.
Yeah. What are we?
What are we doing up here in the attic?
We're just up in the attic eating lunch.
He had said a lot of things like that, but that was like, he goes, you try.
Obviously, he sized Gary up as being very stupid.
Yes.
He goes,
that's not wrong, is it?
Let me ask both.
Hey, you know what? I ended up finishing the summer, and I handed the job over to my friend, and for whatever reason, maybe out of shame or whatever, I neglected to tell him about that guy.
Yeah.
And he told me that.
Now he's mincing around the village.
Those big laundry bins?
Yeah.
My friend said he was bent over in the laundry bin picking up hangers, and the guy palmed his ass. He punched him so hard he thought the guy had a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, it had a happy ending. He punched him so hard he had a heart attack. Was the guy attractive?
My friend, yeah, is really good.
No, I mean the 50-year-old guy.
You know what? I can tell you, he looked exactly like Pete Fountain. He had that little beard.
Oh, is that Pete Barbuti or Pete Fountain?
Who's the guy with the clarinet and the beard?
That's Pete
Fountain. He looked
Fountain.
exactly like
the one who used to be on Carson all the time?
Right.
Yeah. How do you know it wasn't Pete Fountain?
I don't know it wasn't.
No, obviously it was not Pete Fountain, right?
I don't even know Pete Fountain.
He's a clarinet player. He used to be on Carson all the time.
Oh, that one escapes me.
And even Merv.
Dixieland.
Yeah.
He'd do his Dixieland clarinet.
Yeah. Johnny Carson used to have
two different clarinet players on, Pete Barbuti.
Pete Barbuti.
It was really funny, too, because Johnny Carson is such an a-hole that there were certain words only he pronounced a certain way.
Yeah.
His big word was...
puberty.
Yeah, puberty. And we're going through puberty. Now, no one on the planet says puberty. But he's such an a-hole that he's inventing new words. So the guy's name was Pete Barbuti. He's a famous clarinet player.
Yeah, I knew that name because
Yeah.
he used to say it all the time.
And he go, and now Mr. Pete Barbuti.
And Barbuti wouldn't correct him because
Yeah.
he was Johnny.
That was just so annoying. And you wanted to take Johnny and punch him so he thought he'd have a heart attack. I got a pass wind. Anyone want to hear it?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Get ready. Get your scores out. Score sheets. Oh, forget it. I can't go.
Zero.
I didn't do anything. This is an
Hey, you
evaluation.
started off so well.
I know. I should have quit while I was ahead.
Yeah.
All right. We got to take a little break here. We'll be back right after these words. All right. Okay. Listen, there's a lot going on here. I got to get to it. And first, I got to do this commercial word. What is it? Iowa? Yeah. Iowa makes a great product. If you're looking for one of these mini systems, go with Iowa. I'm just telling you how good it is. Especially the feature where they have the 3 CDs. You can play 3 CDs. You have a carousel. And you can change 2 of the CDs while one is playing. And the sound is unbelievable. This thing's no bigger than a microwave oven. A small microwave oven. And I mean, killer sound. Robin reminded me yesterday of the fact that she could sit on the can and change music because she has a remote control.
I said I was in the tub.
Whatever. You're in the bathroom, right?
It could be from the can.
You've changed it from the can a few times. Speaking of the can, the men's room here is getting more and more disgusting.
I can't imagine why.
I'll never figure out how guys go to the bathroom and totally miss the bowl and ends up on the seat.
Like what ends up on the seat?
Number 2.
Oh, stop it.
Duty.
I can't either. I haven't seen that.
That is sick.
I've seen it.
I hate it, but a lot of times they leave it floating, though.
I don't know. Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on in that bathroom.
You guys are disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It really is. How about when you find one on the floor?
On the floor?
Yeah. Tell me what's going on. Jackie, tell me what's going on there.
I think some people don't like to sit on the seats.
Yeah, but I mean,
squat over and miss.
And they miss.
And you leave it. You just get up and leave it.
I didn't pick it up.
For somebody else to find.
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up off the floor.
Hey, it's yours.
I didn't do it.
You dropped it.
You drop it, pick it up. Anyway, for a free Iowa catalog and location of the Iowa dealer near you, call 1-800-BUY-AI. Pick it up. Extension 311.
I'll fight you to the end.
You run out of the room. 1-800-BUY.
But you'll warn others then.
1-800-BUY-AIWA. Extension 311. Hey, buddy, you got another cigar?
Show no regard for your fellow human beings.
It's Iowa. Dude, the commercial's over.
No one's done it.
We're back. It's hard to believe we're back. Thought we went away permanently there. There's so much happening during the commercials, and I want to tell you what's going on. Then I get back and I forget. And Gary's got questions about Cleveland, and Gorilla
we have to take care of some things.
Gorilla had a homosexual experience. Yeah. He wants to share with us.
How was it?
It wasn't. I guess
Gorilla. Now listen, when you explain the story, try not to identify the characters.
I won't.
Just say these were guys that you knew, and leave it at that. Don't use names.
No, I won't.
All right.
Because these are guys that I knew were hanging out at a bar one night, and the one guy that I know is big ladies man, always.
All right. He's always getting girls.
Yeah. So we of course were drunk, and my friend was too drunk to drive, so we went back to that guy's place, and I said I'll sleep on the couch. He goes, I got a big bed. I said, I don't particularly do that all the time, so I just said, whatever, okay, sure.
All right, so in other words, Gorilla was
with... do it all the time, you jumped in.
Yeah, Gorilla was with 2 guys the other night, and they were loaded.
But they're ladies' men.
Yeah, he wants you to know they're ladies' men. So anyway...
I'm a good-looking guy myself.
Yeah. So Gorilla Meister. What were you drinking, Jägermeister?
I don't remember that night. It was a lot, I'm sure.
He gets drunk a lot. He might have an alcohol problem.
I think so.
He has blackouts, you know.
I know.
Surprised you remember this.
So maybe this happened and you just...
No. I wasn't that drunk.
I was loaded.
I was loaded. I was inebriated.
So anyway, he's with these guys, and they end up back at this guy's place.
Yeah.
And so what happens? He says, "Hey, we all might as well share the same bed." Was it a big king size?
Yeah, it was huge.
All right, huge.
So I took a small corner, on the left side.
All right, let me get this straight. So all you guys undressed?
No, I stayed in my clothes. I didn't even take off I had a flannel shirt on. I didn't even take it off.
All right, because why? You were really freaked out that you were going to be sleeping next to guys?
Yeah.
Well, you're really paranoid.
Paranoid person.
I just doesn't make me. I'm not afraid of like gay guys. It's just I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, but you didn't think anyone was gay. They were just guys.
I know, but I
So
just
why
don't.
would you take off your clothes?
Because I was just.
Did the other guys take their clothes off?
No.
All right, so everyone was in their clothes.
Yeah.
And everyone just laid down
It was
on
just
the bed.
more like everybody's crashing. You know?
Could you just picture this scene?
Everybody in clothes, in the bed.
You may be a homo, man. I've never slept with guys.
What? You never? All right, whatever.
I don't sleep with guys. I don't get into bed
Well,
with
that
guys.
was like the first and last.
You could be a homo.
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
because you might have a secret desire to be in bed with guys.
No,
He certainly
I know
jumped
I did.
right in. He didn't have any argument.
I'm very positive that I'm
No,
not
seriously,
homosexual.
just think about this for 1 second. On some level, you wanted to be in bed with those guys.
No, I didn't. On some level, I said these guys are my friends, and how could I feel that way?
And how can I kiss
So,
them?
How could you feel like
you know what
warming
I'm saying? I'm saying these are my buddies.
But who would even consider it?
Body.
Sleep on the couch.
There was a couch, right?
But it was literally it was like.
Was there a couch?
There was a
Was
couch.
there a couch in the room?
Yeah.
There was
no,
a
it
couch.
wasn't a couch in the room.
Was there a couch in the apartment?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Could you have slept on the couch?
Yeah.
Did you eventually end up on the couch?
Yes.
So why did you end up in the bed?
Because I figured, why sleep on a couch with springs in my back and stuff like that when I can have a bed and you know try
With
to feel
with two other
Hold
guys
on,
in the
this-
bed?
Wait, it's contradictory. Because if you're that drunk, you could just grab a blanket and sleep on the floor. If you're too drunk to drive and you're
Yeah,
but it
guy
didn't make
knows.
a difference. I said,
you know, all of a sudden he's sober enough to say, well, I don't want a spring in my back.
Yeah. So I'll sleep
it's not
next to some guys.
contradictory. No,
All
I
right.
just-
In
I
a
just-
way, just consider the fact that you might be homosexual.
I am not, though.
See, Jackie knows
okay.
how you want to
All right,
get
I'll
in bed with a
consider the
man.
fact.
Consider
okay,
the fact.
Just for the argument's
Just for the sake of argument.
Okay.
All
I
right,
would
go
have
ahead.
chose the floor rather than leaving the bed with the guy.
Of course,
these
well,
are-
you're a real man.
But see, Gorilla and Jackie have something in common. Jackie knows how you wind up in bed with a guy.
Right, because Jackie wound up in bed with a
Yeah.
guy. Yes, you did.
You slept with Walrus.
You slept with the walrus. You woke up and you had your arms around him.
Kissed his back.
You kissed him.
I had that blacked out.
All right, so go ahead.
So I
you
just
end up with
said, all right, whatever. I
You
said,
all,
these- I
are you wearing shoes?
Yeah, I didn't even
You
take-
wore your shoes
I didn't
in
even take
the
my
bed.
boots off.
You didn't even take your boots
No.
off.
Oh, man.
Man, you are a homophobe.
Me and Walrus were in our underwear.
So the three of you are like Herman Munster. You're laying there in bed with your shoes on.
Well, I guess maybe
That was the best part of the Munsters. Herman would get in his nightgown, and then he'd have the big boots still on.
Right. And he'd pull up the covers.
Yeah. Louie.
And maybe they took their shoes off, but I remember because I hung my feet off the side of the bed.
Okay, so you were wearing your shoes.
Yeah.
All right.
So then
you're in the bed. And what happened?
And then we you fall asleep.
Right.
And now,
well, where are you on one side?
Yeah.
And there's a guy in the middle.
and then my other friend's on the other.
Okay, go
That's
ahead.
what I want to know. How many people
So
in
I
the
figured
bed?
that my other friend, was like sort of like boxing my friend out. So the guy was sort of close to me. So I literally like was on. I made sure I stayed very close to the edge.
Right.
There's three guys in the bed. How close are you away?
Yeah,
You
go
know,
ahead.
so
Yeah.
then during the course of the night, the guy was close, and I guess his arm like flopped over. So I thought maybe he was just sleeping wildly. So I threw it off. I don't trust you. Stand in front of me.
How much sleep are you getting with all this going on?
Not much. So
For all his drinking, he remembers it pretty well.
Yeah, he wasn't that drunk. Yeah, so the guy had his
He was
arms.
very
So he put his,
excited.
so he
but
put
I
his hand on your
thought
chest.
when people sleep, sometimes.
So was he squeezing your breast?
No, it was flopped over.
Okay, so the guy might have been sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. So I threw it off, and I just really tried to brush it off as nothing.
Right.
And then it happened again.
Right.
So I said, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And it didn't answer. So I figured the guy's in a dead sleep, doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
So then it happened again, but this time it was a little more caressing. You know what I'm saying? It was like on my chest, and then it started to slide down towards my stomach. And I went, "Whoa!" And I threw it off. And then I started to doze back off, and I said, "What are you doing?" He went for my
genital.
Yeah. So I jumped out of bed, and I ran on the couch, and I just passed out on the couch. And I woke up the next morning. I said, "What are you doing, man? What the hell was your problem last night?" And he just sort of turned around and went, I don't know. Just looked at me, and I went, "Oh." And I just
So, hey, you know what my analysis is?
It took
First
me
of all,
at least
your
a
friend
week.
might have been asleep. Number one.
Either that, maybe that, and he thought I was a girl or something, but it slid right down to like where I just...
Yeah, so don't hold it against
So did
the guy.
you get excited?
I didn't hold it against it. No.
You weren't aroused a little bit.
Not in the least bit.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You were.
Meanwhile,
yeah.
you waited there 3 times for the guy to touch you.
You were. You liked it.
I
The
brushed
first
it 2
time he
times.
touched
The first
me,
2 times.
the first time he touched me, I would have been out of the bed at least. I would never even got into bed.
It's not even like
home.
Right.
It's not even like someone I don't know. It's like someone that I know. I've known for like a year and a half.
So did he finish you off?
No.
You're a homophobe. The guy wasn't doing anything. Guy
Maybe no.
There were 3 guys stuffed into a bed. The guy's arm flops over, and right away you think he's a homosexual.
The first 2 times it flopped over.
You're insane.
All right,
get out of here.
Why did he go after you and not the other guy?
Yeah, like Gorilla's such a sex symbol.
I'm not, but
he wanted to see the dadu. I'm so sexy.
I'm so sexy. You wanted to lift off my flannel shirt.
So, Gorilla's going through a problem with his family now.
What?
Because he lives in Canarsie, and the blacks are moving in, and
they're all Italians. My whole block is
all the whites. All the whites are doing the mass exodus thing. They're selling a fire sale.
Oh, wonderful.
So if any black people want to pick up an apartment cheap, just go over to Canarsie near Gorilla's neighborhood.
Oh, they're gonna kill me now.
You know something, man?
There's gonna be a rock through my window tonight.
Hey, no.
Are you kidding?
Listen, so what is it? So what's it like? Is your house like the Alamo? Like you're the last white guy left on the block?
Not yet, but I know.
See, I went through this as a kid in Roosevelt. It was white, and then all the white people panicked, and as soon as 2 black people moved in, and they all ran.
Yeah, Their house is. It's like you got to leave to get as much money. As
here's what happens. They see a black on the block, and they go, it's gonna be now I got a black living next to me, and he's only like 3 doors down. If I sell now, I still got whites living next to me. More blacks move in, I'm sunk, and the real estate value is going to go down. So everyone starts thinking like it's mass psychology. While you're thinking it, and you think you're the only one thinking it.
Everybody in the
friggin' person. So then a couple more people sell. Now you got like 5 blacks on the block, and you got a thing where people go, all right, all the white people get together and go, no one sell, because if we all just stay together, there won't be more blacks. Then you know what they do? What? White people start moving out in the middle of the night.
Right.
So I used to wake up and go to my friend's house. I'd ring a doorbell, and then there'd be black people living in the house.
I will say they move in overnight, Howard.
Overnight, it would happen. They'd be gone. No forwarding address.
I vouch for this because my mother woke up in the middle of the night. I swear to God, there was a moving truck in the guy's driveway. And by morning, he was gone.
I don't doubt that. Howard said there were black people the next day.
Oh, yes, there were.
If someone can move out in the middle of the night, can move in the middle of the night.
You're not kidding.
But you can't do it simultaneously.
I guess it can be done. Hey, David Copperfield flies. It happens. It can be done. So you got to tell all the white people that not to be afraid of the blacks.
If they all say it won't be black.
I don't even know if it's a matter of being afraid.
Oh,
they just
Gorilla.
They don't like him.
No, he lives in a very Italian neighborhood. Italians and the blacks don't get along.
No, it's all
like my neighborhood's.
It's very funny because what that means is they already have inferiority complexes, and they got to look down on somebody else.
That's right.
Canassie's where they firebomb the realty for selling to blacks and stuff like that.
So how many blacks are on your block now?
I think the count is up to 3.
3?
Yeah.
How many houses?
What is your family going to do?
My mom says she ain't going nowhere.
Oh.
My mom says.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, my mom.
That's because you guys have no money to go anywhere.
My mom grew up in the projects, man. She is like.
No wonder she's drinking.
Yeah.
She's immune.
No, it doesn't. They're not like ready to go anywhere. My parents.
So have you talked to have all the whites got together to talk this thing over?
I don't know. Well, there's talk. Like how there's little kibitzing on the block.
Right.
Like what?
Kibitzing.
What kind of kibitzing are you talking about?
Just like oh, did you know that that now she's pissed? I heard she was crying yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crying.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Who was crying? People were crying. Blacks are moving.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's very upsetting.
White Trash Central.
Oh, there you go. Stuttering John, why are you in here?
I was going to tell you about Spike Lee last night.
What is this, the black hour?
No, it's the intern hour.
No, but
the intern hour.
I told you, and you said you wanted to, whatever. You want to hear it? I'm telling.
It was just funny hearing him tell the story. He was telling me about the Knicks. The Knicks are really blowing it. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Oh, yes. I wanted to say to Gary, because 2-3 weeks ago, I told him this is how the Knicks were going to end up, and he told me I sounded stupid.
The Knicks, meanwhile, you were right and he was wrong. The Knicks have a really weird team. How some teams will choke every once in a while, and they get a reputation for choke. The Knicks choke every couple of minutes in the game. It's like really, they were up by 16 points.
Yeah.
And then they ended up losing.
I went to sleep when they were 8 points ahead at halftime, and I still knew they were going to lose that game.
It's weird. And what the problem is now, what's the name of the team they're playing?
The Pacers.
The Indiana Pacers. They're going to go back to Indiana, and Indiana never loses at home.
They haven't won since April 8th.
Yeah, so the Knicks, I thought the Knicks would at least lose to that guy, Hakeem Olajuwon, or whatever. Olajuwon. Like I'm supposed to know how to pronounce that. Hakeem. So anyway, Spike Lee is there because he's such a nutcase. I don't know why that guy has free time to be at every Knicks game, but he is, and he runs around the garden and he taunts the other like he thinks he's part of the Knicks. That little fidget.
Get all of this. He was yelling at the ref to have the ref give the other team a foul for taunting him.
You're kidding?
No,
he's not even in the game.
He's not even in the game. Even the announcers are going, could you believe Spike Lee's now saying for them to throw a foul? You know?
Throw a foul because they're yelling at Spike Lee.
Yeah.
You know, he thinks he's the coach of the team now.
And he runs around with a towel.
If Spike Lee weren't Spike Lee, right? If he were
he'd be
fan
evicted.
that got the seats, the Garden would try to have his tickets taken away.
Right, of course.
Yeah, because this is what happened.
It's disruptive to the game, and it's not right.
This is what happened. This is tough.
This is good. This is the part I want to hear. Yeah, where you explain what happened.
Reggie Miller, right?
Yeah.
He'd only hit one 3-pointer, right? In the game.
Yes.
So he hits a 3-pointer, and Spike Lee starts yelling at him, just taunting him,
This is
yelling.
the guy from the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah. So then so now Reggie Miller goes on to hit 7 more, and every one he goes up to Spike Lee and goes, "You see that? You see that?" And it becomes like Spike Lee taunted him
into upping his.
Yeah.
Don't finish. Here, say, Rob.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
You got carried away.
But at one point you could see Ewing. You could read his mouth and go, "Will you shut the F up, Spike?"
Yeah. They can't take it.
Reggie Miller scored 23.
I just love when John tells basketball, or any story, for that matter.
It was just so difficult.
Because we could have been here another 10 minutes.
I'm doomed when names are involved.
I know, Reggie's hard for you. Let me hear you say that.
Reggie.
You didn't see that, folks.
Yeah, you see, when we have the TV show, which starts in 2 or 3 weeks, on E, you'll be able to see John try to spit that out. And that's the fun of it.
Because there was a lot of facial stuff on
He looks like a blowfish when he says Reggie. That's going to be cool. Like I would have used that moment on the TV show that night.
Plus, with the lights on, all the more pressure.
Yes.
You could double the stutter.
Oh, yeah, because we have 6 robot cameras in here.
Yeah, well, it was when we got the Channel 9 show that John first started locking up.
Yeah.
Well, that's where.
Who knows what the robot cameras... Hey, I haven't talked much about the technical aspects of the new TV show, but we tested it out in here one day, and we took one radio show and actually got 3 TV shows out of it. But it's kind of cool when you have these robot cameras. Because what they do is, I didn't want any cameramen in the studio, because Lord knows we can't fit the people who work on the show in here. And the guests, let alone cameramen. I didn't want anything disruptive to what we do, and I wanted to forget about the cameras. So they have one camera that's like the size of a little tiny light bulb. Not even like one of those big light bulbs, but like one of those halogen light bulbs. And I mean, it takes...
Like a cigarette.
It's perfect. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look weird. It looks like broadcast quality.
Sure.
So these little tiny cameras, and they're really not that obtrusive. The only 2 cameras I thought were a little bit obtrusive was the one over here, this big one that we mounted.
There was a huge one over there. It looked like a movie camera.
Yeah, that was the one that could spin around the whole room.
Yeah.
And it's really weird while we're talking. If you can't look at them, they were. Like, you can... If I start talking and the guest starts talking, they're controlled from another room.
Sure.
So they can whir over from left to right, and take a picture of anyone in the room.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
of a sudden,
I watch them.
yeah, you see them move, and it's cool. Because they're going to control it all from another room.
So are you going to be like taping every day here, or is it just going to be like
for a while every day, and then we'll slack off a little.
But the cameras will just be here.
Are they going to break
It doesn't matter if they tape or not. No, they'll just leave the stuff permanently set up.
So I do interviews. How are they going to give me a camera?
What?
So I do interviews. You going to give me a camera?
Yeah, I guess so. That would be cool.
That'd be cool. You could play the TV in here.
That'd be cool.
Hello?
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I have a TV. Yeah.
Stuttering John's in here telling me what a victim he is, with his new video. How the guy, he's friends with the guy who writes Beavis and Butthead, who draws it and stuff, who created it, Mike Judge.
Sure.
Mike Judge claims he makes no money or anything off Beavis and Butthead, which I believe. And then, because I've dealt with MTV, they don't pay anything. So, Mike Judge told John that he really liked his video. He was going to make it one of those videos that Beavis and Butthead talk about.
Yeah.
But now, John tells me, there's a woman who approves all the videos that go into Beavis and Butthead, and she hates John.
Oh.
This seems to be a problem over there.
I'll bet you Mike Judge just doesn't want to put your video in.
I mean, I don't
and
know.
he's just blaming it on a girl. I'm telling you, man, you're a sap.
I'm a sap.
You are.
Why?
Because the guy doesn't want to put your video in there.
I don't care if he doesn't want it. Then no big deal,
Yeah.
I mean, it is a big deal. Obviously, MTV would be great to help sell some records, But, you know,
But I have to hear all of his sad stories. I got to take a break anyway. We got tons to get to.
I sometimes wonder if he's telling you this because he thinks you could then get on the phone and straighten it all out.
It's exactly what he's doing. I know his modus operandi.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah,
But
leave me
a good
alone.
idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, listen, I got to take a break. When we come back, we got to hear Fred's tapes. Malika's coming in. There's a whole bunch.
That's the widow of Sam Kinison.
The widow of Sam Kinison. That's correct, Robin. Malika's here already?
No, not yet.
No, okay, good, because I got a couple of things to do. I want to take a few phone calls. I want to play Fred's tapes.
Yeah, maybe someone from Orlando or something.
Hey, you know what? It's been ringing all morning, so let's open up our new Orlando line right after these words. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. We're going to take some calls from Orlando. Gary has some quick show stuff that we have to talk about our trip to Cleveland. We'll be there on June 10th. We hope to see you. If you want to see us, we'll be congregating at the Flats in Cleveland.
Tiffany's in the Flats at 9 in the morning, but if you want us to come visit your house, we're still looking for stops to make.
Yeah, we have one woman who wrote us who owns a bikini bathing suit business.
And exotic dance wear.
And she says she can get a whole bunch of girls over there if we stop at her house to massage us and give us bikini shows, which is pretty tempting. But if someone's got something better, if you got someone who sounds like that woman who claimed to be Madonna's sister the other day, we'd probably show up at your house, too.
Now, she did FedEx us pictures. Remember you asked her what she looked like?
Let me see,
So
yeah.
here they are.
She did.
Not bad. What do you think?
Pretty good body. That's just got a pretty good body.
What's wrong with the face?
Nothing. But the body's better.
You know who she looks like?
Who?
I got to think of this actress's name. Who's the one who was in that movie with Dice? You know, Casual Sex.
Oh, what's her name?
Leah
Thompson.
Leah Thompson. That's who she looks like a little bit. What do you think, Jackie? She doesn't have big breasts, though. She's right about that.
But she only
they look a little odd.
She only designs the clothes.
Yeah.
You know, the models. She's not a model. She just owns the place.
But she looks pretty good.
But she's pretty good anyway.
What do you think, Jackie?
Yeah.
Yeah. She gets that dirty voice. Phil.
It's hard to get a real sense of her body from these pictures.
Jackie looks at naked women the way he looks at important documents.
Yeah. I've seen Jackie look at his bank statement with less enthusiasm.
Or those stock prices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way she's like bent over like a crab or something. I don't know. Fred's pretty good.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty horny. Well, sometimes that happens.
If you just laid there, you'd fall asleep.
Maybe Malika Kinnison will help me out later. Here you go.
What do you think, man? Definitely worth a look-see.
Okay, she's on the list to go.
Show Robin.
The glasses. I gotta walk them in there.
She's got glasses on?
Yeah.
With sunglasses.
I think that's what was bothering Jackie. He couldn't quite figure it out.
Yeah, tell Jackie not to be so bothered.
Oh. She does look like Leah Thomas.
Yeah.
Thompson, whatever her name is.
Thomas.
But you can tell she's got a decent body, Jackie.
Yeah, she's in a bikini there by the ocean.
Jackie being so critical.
No.
He's a fashion consultant.
We're big. We require perfection.
That belly.
She could be sucking in her belly, but I like her thighs.
Yeah, her thighs
Yes.
are pretty appealing. She's
Her thighs in her ass.
At least she's spreading her legs there, and that looks pretty good.
Yeah. Sold.
All right. She's a good candidate. And seeing as how everyone else in Cleveland hasn't invited us into their homes, we're going to a bunch of different places. We'll be in a mobile truck kind of thing, broadcasting all over Cleveland when we come June 10th. And we'll be stopping off. Already I'm going to be the recipient of some honorary degrees. I'll be meeting with some businessmen, some leaders of business, some tycoons in Cleveland. They will be giving me honorary different things, Robin.
Gary presented us with a list yesterday. I thought no one would pony up for these positions.
Who else will I be meeting with in Cleveland? We'll make stops in the black community, the Chinese community. Evidently, Cleveland has a very wide ethnic diversity.
Big Polish community.
We should go to the Polish community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bowl a few games and then go on.
Well, and it's also changed. You know, some of the people that are coming with us have changed a lot. Jennifer Flowers isn't going to be able to make it, but Roger Clinton is.
So Roger Clinton will be performing.
And you know,
quite frankly, I always hear he's a performer. I like to hear him perform.
I heard he's got an album coming out at some point.
Yeah, because we're going to be doing a little. When we get to the Flats, finally, we'll be outdoors and we'll put on a little show. You know. Everyone will say a few words. Elephant Boy's going to make a speech. Kenneth Keith Kallenbach. I would like to get Madonna's sister to come with us.
Well, you know who else is coming that I'm really excited about? Just confirmed yesterday.
Who?
King of the Blacks.
Oh, King of All Blacks. Wow. No kidding.
He's dying. You know what he told me he would like to do?
What?
He told me he wants to pull down his pants and tell Cleveland to kiss his big black ass.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's a speech.
That's a speech in a sense.
The showstopper.
And, you know, what a better representative of the black community than King of All Blacks.
And Meatloaf's mulling it over.
Is he?
Yeah.
Now, that would be big. That would be nice if Meatloaf showed up.
Great.
Yeah, do a couple of songs. Do a song.
I told his manager we'd owe him big, and we'd really like him to come.
Yeah, Robin will do something to him.
Oh, yeah.
How
Robin,
come I always get offered up?
Because you're the only girl on the show.
Yeah, but Jackie was willing to do favors for anyone, and Fred might.
All right, so tell Meatloaf, Jackie or Robin will do something.
What about Gorilla? He's a new homo.
He's a homo.
Wait a minute, I was leaving the bed with you, Mr. Meatloaf.
And Gorilla's a young chippy.
I'll be right over here, but if your hand drops into my
You're
lap,
going to have to do something, Meatloaf, and that's it.
Also, the guy who sings that famous song, Nigger Hating Hat, will be the performer.
Oh, is he going to be there?
He's going to be there.
Wow, he's confirmed?
He's confirmed.
Well, that's
a
treat.
Now we have a problem.
Yeah.
We've added so many new people that with the girls now, I've been told by Doug Podell, of the following list I'm about to read you, we can only bring 2.
Ah.
See, but I was hoping for, hijinks in the hotel with all the girls.
You just have to pick the right 2 then.
Yeah. All right, let me hear the 2.
Okay. From this list, only 2 can come. Amy Lynn.
Good-looking girl.
Tempest.
Good-looking girl.
Elaine Marks. Miss Howard Stern.
Good-looking girl, and she is Miss Howard Stern.
Elena Beastie.
Good-looking girl, knows how to party.
Those 2 girls that walk dogs.
The 2 walking dog girls.
Wait a minute.
Why is he doing that? I thought he said we could bring all the girls.
He did, but then we added a lot of people. We added King of the Blacks and
See, there's a
Roger
problem.
Clinton. I had a bunch of people that we're holding off on. Until
Amy
we got
Lynn
answers.
would be great to show the crowd when we walk out because she's so great looking. But the problem is she doesn't do anything. She's not, she gets out there, she chokes. She freezes. What?
I hate to say it. What? We bring a cardboard cutout of Amy and Tempest.
Yeah, because they don't...
Full-size color cardboard cutout.
If a Tempest, if as good as looking as she is, she gets out there, never knows what to say.
I'm just listening to Fred gasp.
But she looks good. I mean, that's the whole thing.
They all look good. We have to think,
I think
we have to think of the radio
we owe at least a serious consideration to Miss Howard Stern because she is Miss Howard Stern.
Miss Howard Stern.
She does carry the crown.
And she did say she wanted to bring her husband and her kid.
Yeah, but she might be lying.
Do you think we should take a secret ballot?
Yeah, maybe.
I think Miss Howard Stern would get there anyway. She yelled at me the other day for saying that. But I really mean it. I think she'd crawl there.
So why don't she just let her husband drive her? Let her crawl there. She starts now. She'll meet us by next Friday.
If her husband drove her, they could bring
the nanny.
Madonna's sister. See, I want Madonna's sister.
Madonna's sister.
Can you get her there?
I can't even get her to,
I swear to God, I'm not lying.
No, you can't even get her to do. You can't get it. You can page her, and then she calls you back like 5 days later.
All right.
She's hard to maneuver.
Right.
You get open this. What?
All right. So okay, this is a tough one. Elena Beastie's a lot of fun. They're all fun girls. I mean, I hate to.
Well, if you're bringing Miss Howard Stern, then you only have one other choice.
That's what I mean. And you know what? Even those dog girls were kind of fun. The ones who got naked in the studio.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to be around them the whole time. I think you get pretty annoying.
They'll be all over you.
Yeah.
But that's what you want.
That's another 2 that I think might find their way there.
Yeah.
They were invited.
No, I don't think they're going to. I don't think anybody would find their way there except for, you're absolutely right, Elaine Marks.
See, Amy Lynn looks good in front of a crowd, but let's face it, most of the listeners will be at their radios and they can't see her.
Right.
So what is Elena Beastie going to do?
Nothing. That's the problem. She's a good-looking girl.
You know how you have to pick these girls, Howard? You have to close your eyes and imagine what they would do on the radio. In other words, you can't be looking at them for our listeners.
I don't know. You know what, Baba Booey? You choose the 2 who
I
are
can't
going.
do that.
You'll do it. I'm putting you in charge.
I don't want to be in charge.
Well, you are.
Because I'll make
Surprise, Howard.
Surprise me. I'll see who's on the plane that day. All right?
We'll talk about this later.
Not the dog-walking girls.
Now, the other thing is...
Yeah?
Don't give me that surprise.
The other thing is,
that surprise, you're off the plane.
How would you like to... how would we like to take care of the effigies of Lanigan and the Buzzard?
All right.
Now, the idea
effigies.
that...
Effigies.
We have
the effigies. How would you like to handle the effigies, Wolf?
Okay, here's what
I'd like to take you and the effigies and throw you out of a plane. How's that? Right over Cleveland.
We have as Lanigan, we have a big Cyclops, and we were thinking the way we'd handle him is you could...
Isn't the expression we're hanging them in effigy?
Yeah. How would you like to handle the effigies?
But would you refer to them as effigies?
I only refer to them the way Doug Podell referred to them to me.
Don't blame your idiocy on Doug. How do we want to hang the effigies?
And the XYZs.
EFGs.
Elemental P.
That should not be right.
UVWXY. Now I know my ABCs.
What does
John, bring the dictionary in.
All right, how do we want to hang the effigies?
No, we don't have to hang them. For instance, you could just take the Cyclops and poke the eye out, and it'll squirt blood.
All right, I like that.
Okay,
Cyclops Lanigan.
And what would you like to do with the buzzard?
Cook 'em.
I'd like to. What would I want to do to the buzzard? Give me a second to think about that. The WMMS buzzard. They have a mascot.
Yeah. Do you want to behead it or wring its neck?
Why don't we have Gary eat it with his giant choppers?
Oh.
Effigy.
The buzzard versus giant choppers.
Wait a second. Effigy is an image or representation of a person.
It's just weird that you're using it. Hey, Gary, can you strap on like a dildo and do something to the buzzard?
No.
There you go.
No.
Yes.
All right, that's it.
You're out of your mind.
You're doing it.
Yeah, do you think I am?
Yeah. And then you're fired.
It's illegal.
Pretend you're in the
In some states.
It's not a real buzzard.
It's an
effigy.
Is there a guy in that effigy costume?
Yes.
Then I'm not doing it.
But it's not like real.
I don't know yet what I want to do to the effigies.
And last but not least, our Cleveland station would really like you to answer these questions for Scene Magazine because they're going to put you on the cover.
Oh, who cares? What are the questions? Quickly ask me because I want to take a phone call from Orlando.
How much preparation from the Stern camp is necessary to broadcast live from a new location since there is visual elements to contend with, too?
Tell them it's none of their effing business. That's my quote.
Okay.
In other words, you're asking me the questions from the newspaper?
Right.
All right, tell them it's none of their effing business.
Okay.
Those are trade secrets.
When you visit a new number one market, what message do you send out to the fans in that market and in other markets?
To go F themselves.
Okay, only two more. How do you feel when you're told this visit to Cleveland is a monitor for other Midwest stations who might pick up the show? People know what you do. Why would they come to Cleveland to check you out?
F you.
Okay, and if you could stop and visit John the One-Eyed Cyclops Lanigan, what one thing would you say to him face to face?
Kiss my black ass. There it is. Now they got their answer. What are they going to do with that? They're going to make an article out of that?
Those are great questions.
Good answers. Do I have time to take a call here from Orlando?
Yes.
How do you know? Do I have time, Fred, to take a call from Orlando?
Go for it.
All right. He answered an effigy for Fred.
I was going to say no. But...
Hi, Orlando. You're on the air. There's the first call we've received from Orlando, Florida, our newest market.
Hey.
Hey, do you get the E Network out there?
Do we get the... Actually, I'm in Dallas.
Oh, you're calling from Dallas?
Yeah.
But you just dialed the Orlando number?
Yeah, I got the Orlando number, and I dialed...
You're a dick.
I know.
What?
They're going to have to fix that.
I know, because I gave out the number on the air, so now everyone's calling.
It shouldn't work from any place but Orlando, but of course...
It does. I'll hang up on that guy and see if we can get someone else to call him. By the way, Robin just handed me a letter, and for people who don't believe this, I just wish that everyone would back me up and say that
if we had the TV cameras here, you could show that.
In 2 weeks, we'll have the TV cameras here. I'm going to save this for the TV cameras. I received a letter now. I have not even opened up the letter. And the return address is Latonia, Ohio. Latonia, Ohio, I think it is. In Youngstown, somewhere near Youngstown. And the address is Nigger Quivers, New York, New York. No zip code, nothing else. From Ohio. This letter is right here.
Yes.
Do you see it? We received it. Proving my point.
Canceled postmark.
Yes. Canceled postmark and everything. And and I even see here that the guy in the post office wrote, "Hi, Robin." Says then he put in some address and stuff, and
because they knew exactly where it should come, I guess.
Dear Robin, I wanted to see if you would actually get this letter addressed to Nigger Quivers. You said it would. And then the guy is a big fan and has proved the point that, in fact, from Ohio, you can send a letter to Nigger Quivers. And Nigger Quivers, as an address, is recognized by the post office. That's an amazing thing. Hold on, I got to pass wind. Tell me how this is.
Whoa. That was a 9.5.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, the Orlando line is ringing. Orlando, you're on the air. Our first call from Orlando, Robin.
Hey, Howard?
Yes.
How you doing?
I am doing fine.
I'd like to welcome you to Orlando.
Well, thank you.
I'm a Long Island guy.
And you moved to Orlando?
I moved down here a year ago, And I wanted to move back home because you weren't down here.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother's a big fan of yours.
Good, good.
And he called me up one morning and says, turn to 104.1. And
yeah, I wonder what the 104.1, the real, what is it called? What's your slogan? The real radio. The real radio station.
Yeah, and a lot of people are transferred down here from Long Island, too, and said, you got to listen to Ron and Ron. And I said, nah. I knew it was an imitation of you guys, so. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I've got imitators all over the country, and a lot of these guys are making a good living as long as I can. That's why I took the E thing. Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of people say, well, why did you do E when you had Fox?
Go with E? Yeah.
Well, first of all, I like the concept of the show. I've always wanted to put a camera in here. I always thought what we did was kind of visual anyway. I used to watch The Tonight Show and say, well, what is Johnny Carson really doing? He's doing a radio show. He's sitting behind a desk interviewing people. He's not doing anything visual.
The difference between him and radio is you can see him.
Yeah. Right. So I always thought that it'd be kind of interesting. I thought that many elements of the show were visual.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a really great idea and very original, too.
Yeah, I like the idea of it. I also thought that we'd be the most unique radio show in the country with the only nightly television program where you could actually get a peek at what we did that day.
Yeah, we get E down here.
Oh, you do get E?
You get E down here, yep.
Oh, good.
It's part of the regular cable.
I was just saying that the historians are trying to figure out if this is a first. So far, it seems like it is.
Yeah, it seems to be a first.
A live radio show on TV.
Yeah.
That's great.
And also, to tell you the truth, with doing a movie and I'm doing some other things, I'm been pretty busy, and this allows me at least to do something on television and have a presence.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I do have a movie coming out in a year, and I felt in terms of promoting the movie, I want the movie to be very big. I want to make sure that everyone around the country knows me. This is a way for us to be known throughout the country, Robin.
And not have those dead spots that we experience.
Yeah, for example, when I did The Tonight Show, they said that The Tonight Show experienced the highest ratings ever in the markets that I'm on it.
That's good.
And it was bigger than even when Ted Danson had the cast of Cheers on after Cheers ended, which was his biggest show ever. And
to beat that, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but in the rest of the country, they don't really know me. They're not aware that I'm going to be on The Tonight Show. So this way, I would have been on all over the country, but the FCC has stopped me. They've gotten quite powerful. They evidently are. There is no First Amendment. I'm not allowed to broadcast. They force Infinity to... if they want to buy more stations, they have to not put me on in different markets. These kinds of things are going on behind the scenes. Senator Jesse Helms made a little secret pact, so I lost my deal in Atlanta. So now I will have a national presence. I'll be able to, and when I say me, I mean Robin and Fred and Jackie, and everyone will have a national presence.
We're even going to take Fred national.
We're even going to take Fred, although we don't want to show Fred too much. We're just going to hold up a still picture of Fred. And we're going to have a national presence. And for me, I know that in a year when my movie comes out, I'm going to need that national presence.
Yeah, that's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so we're going to use the show to promote and do things like that, and it's an excellent vehicle for us, and it's a way of us thumbing our noses at the FCC, right, Robin?
Thumbing our noses and giving people an opportunity to see what we actually do in here.
Yeah.
You know, we're always getting the questions, was that really happening?
Yeah, right. Is there really a naked girl in there?
Right.
Yeah.
How are you going to handle that?
Well, I was talking to E about that yesterday, and the way you handle it is, you just put like a little blue dot.
And stuff like that?
Yeah, so that people can see something's going on, but...
Because I was wondering if that would change the show in some way.
No, the show won't be changed. I refuse to change. Plus, I don't get the E! Network at my house because Cablevision doesn't have, so my wife can't see it. So.
That just flashed in my head.
So actually, it's good, you know. Otherwise, she'd be watching every night.
You're not calling Cablevision asking that they put E! in your home.
Because my wife, whenever I do something wrong, she finds out about it at night from one of her friends or sees me on TV. I go to bed early, so she leaves me a note. It's always on I have a little dressing table, and she always leaves it there. And whenever I see the note, I know I'm in for big trouble. I am very mad at you. What you said was wrong. I saw you on this, and you did the wrong thing. And so
you have little notes.
Oh, I get notes. I get notes when I've been bad.
Oh, boy, I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah. Well, she sits there and watches it in slow motion whenever I'm picking out what I do wrong.
I think you're lucky.
That's right. I get a note. And then I get to bum out for the whole day until I see it.
Yeah, and then hate to go home.
Yeah, and then I go, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home and deal with this. And then I have a nauseous feeling like I used to get when I went to school. Welcome to my nightmare.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Welcome to my nightmare. You know one of the nicest things about the show? Am I still on here?
Yeah.
One of the greatest things about the show is how well everybody gets along and seems to be great friends.
No, we really do have a good time.
Yeah.
It's just getting here that's the
Well,
hassle.
you know, one thing I don't understand, who was it that said to me the other day that people just think Jackie and I hate each other?
Well, you do, don't you?
Jackie was
It was Jackie? Oh, okay.
I think Gary gets mad at you a lot.
Oh, they all get mad at me.
I don't think Gary likes Robin.
hate each other.
That's
Yeah.
the first question. If I only had a smoogie buzzer.
What?
If I only had a smoogie buzzer.
You know, there's a whole part in my book about Gary and me.
And his teeth?
Howard.
I don't hate Robin. Robin's like a sister. Therefore, you get angry at somebody that you love.
Yes, that's true.
And Robin knows.
I don't believe you.
Robin knows where all my buttons are, and she pushes them whenever
You can get mad, but you can get
What are you
over
doing back in here stuttering, John?
I just a true story.
What?
All right, it was me. I was in a couple of the different markets that we're in, and they all said that they could tell that Jackie and Robin, hate each other.
Oh. Well, I don't. You should. And we'll keep the camera turned on after the show when Jackie's humping away on us.
No, the listeners come up to me and say, you know, when we do appearances and stuff, they go, Jackie hates Robin, right?
Well, in all fairness, Jackie does kind of hate everyone on the show because he feels everyone's screwing him.
everything.
Yeah. No, you don't hate everything, but you hate the people who help you the most because you are a loser.
You love your Bayville friends. You hate
Right.
us.
He likes other losers. His Bayville. The reason he lives in Bayville is because he's surrounded by losers.
But you know what, Howard? I do have to say also that I do get.
He hates anyone who helps him.
You know what I get a lot of at appearances? A lot of guys, you know, with sort of gorilla's accent will walk up to you and go, how do you work with that C word? And then I say, they say that a lot. I just say,
isn't that wrong to call Fred that?
And I say, no, you got it wrong. I said, it's a family, and families fight.
The Manson family.
Anyway, you'll see it all.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Howard.
Malika's going to be really late, Howard, but if you're interested, Amy Lynn and her child are running up and down the hall.
Why?
Because Amy's here with Malika.
But Malika's not here.
But Malika's not here, so we have to wait for Malika.
You know, I'm like, I got a million things to do. Wait till Malika gets here.
No, I understand.
Yeah, all right.
Are you going to tell Amy she's not going?
Well, we don't know that she's not going, although having that kid run up and down the hall
is a real turnoff. I love when these strippers come in with their kids.
But the kid is very cute.
Yeah, great. So tell her to take her clothes off.
Oh. Tell her to come back at 18 years.
Yeah, and get naked.
John pretty much helped me figure out who it's going to be.
Who is going to be going with us to Cleveland? Who is going to be going with us?
I just need to hash it out a little bit more. Because
Tell us.
I have to think of all the ramifications. You know,
who is going with us to Cleveland?
You know what? I don't want to be in charge of this. I decided.
You are. Who did you decide is going to Cleveland with us?
We haven't decided yet.
Come on.
We're pretty sure that it's going to definitely be Amy, and we're torn on the second slot.
I think you're making a big mistake.
Yeah, how did you
then say what you want?
Because Amy doesn't say anything.
John goes like this. John goes, listen, Tempest has his appearance anyway. She can't make it. You don't want the dog walker girls. I think it's obvious.
No, it's not obvious. I better get involved.
I want you to. I don't want this decision.
All right, let me handle it.
He goes to John. You give him a job.
No, John came to me, Robin. I didn't go to him.
Give Gary a job and John decides. All right, let me take a break. We'll come right back. I got a million things. We got to listen to Fred's tapes. We've got a whole bunch of things to do.
Yeah.
We've got lots of things happening, but we must take the break first.
The Howard Stern Show.
And Jackie Platinum Joke Page Martling ordered Jackie's Wild Comedy CD, $10 plus free shipping and handling. Price includes full color Jokeland catalog. Call 1-800-323-5464. And this Saturday, big show for Jackie, June 4th. The Starlight Theater hosts the Jackie Show in Albany, New York. Hurry quickly, get your tickets. They're going fast. Call 516-922-WINE. A lot of Jackie activity.
The Starlight Theater.
Okay. I got a whole bunch of things I want to talk to you about. What do you want? I'll give you a choice of what you can hear next.
All right.
I've got the tape of my movie studio.
Oh, forgot about that.
It's like a little.
It's one of their promotional things.
Well, I got a hold of it. They didn't send it to me for like the playing on the air or something, but I just thought it was kind of neat when I was watching. I said I should play this on the air so people know what movie company I'm working for. Fred Norris concert tapes. I'd like to hear what Fred plays when he goes on concert.
Absolutely. This is all original music from what I understand.
What is it, Fa-Fa-Fo-He?
I was going to explain to you what's on the Fred tape.
Yeah, what is on the Fred tape?
Basically, Fred does a lot of sort of raps in between songs.
I can't believe it because, you know, anyone who knows Fred from Mars on our show, and Fred's been here many, many years, and they know him to be the quietest member of the show, unless you pick on him and he explodes. You very rarely hear Fred speak.
What's really interesting...
And you know another thing, whenever you play a Fred song or something, Fred runs out of the room. See,
now he's coming back. Now he's coming back.
Well, you know what's really interesting about the way Fred sounds on this? It almost reminds me of, remember on the old Dick Van Dyke Show?
Yes.
When his brother would get drunk and become a different person. I mean, go to sleep and become a different person.
That was one of the best episodes. Dick Van Dyke he would throw a bone to his brother Jerry Van Dyke and let him appear on the show 2 or 3 times a year. And the whole premise was Jerry Van Dyke was this shy guy. And whenever he drank...
No, I think it was he sleptwalked. Was that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he would fall asleep on the couch. And
they couldn't call it drinking. It probably was something that happened.
Yeah, right.
Drinking, but.
He fell asleep on the couch. Yeah, ironically, Dick Van Dyke having his own drinking problem, but he can't show it on TV. So anyway, his brother would fall asleep in the middle of a party, and all of a sudden wake up and be the life of the party and play the banjo. And they decided to get him on the Alan Brady show because he was so entertaining. The problem was when he went on the Alan Brady show, he wasn't sleeping and he sucked.
Well, that's what Fred is.
But it was funny to watch because he knew it wasn't such a great episode, but it was Dick throwing a bone to his brother Jerry.
Right.
My theory was on this whole thing that Dick Van Dyke got drunk in real life and told Jerry he could be on the show and then had to do something about it when he sobered up.
This was sort of how he felt.
Yeah. That's my beat on it, but who knows?
Well, Fred's it's just a different Fred. He's very animated.
Yeah.
And his voice is a little different. His voice sounds a little different. So these are the raps that lead into the song. Then there's a rap he does in the middle of a song.
So will we hear songs or just raps?
Well, then we hear a rap in the middle of a song. Then he introduces a song that he wrote for his girlfriend, and we play that song. And then,
I gotta hear this.
Right. And then there's a song that we think there's an argument going on. We think that he wrote for you, but we're not sure.
And
based on the rap, we'll have to figure it out.
Okay.
Never know. Figure out for yourself.
Is it complimentary?
I'm not sure.
Right.
You're not sure about anything. You're not sure who it's for, whether it's complimentary.
Does Fred do these songs in English, or are you just very dumb that you can't?
No, he does them in English.
Okay.
They're Latvian songs.
Latvian drunk songs.
But Fred,
Fred, did you in fact write a song about me?
No, it wasn't a song about you. It was actually a song that. Listen.
You got to listen to the intro.
Because evidently Fred has gotten all motivated since Stuttering John got a record contract.
Is that what you think it is?
You've been writing all along, but you haven't been playing it for anyone. So now you went out.
Me sure it did.
You did. He finally said, maybe I should get off my ass and do something.
It did work on you, because, John, I'll tell you something. Should I bring this up?
Sure, go ahead.
The one thing that John has said to me is that Fred has not said anything to him about his music.
Of course not. Fred's having a fit.
Such a lie.
Fred is freaking out.
That is such a lie. John.
Because John went ahead and got himself an Atlantic.
That's great.
Fred probably doesn't like John's music, but it's the kind of thing where Fred still is like, oh my God, the guy went out. At least John went out and tried.
A record deal.
I handed to him.
Yeah, he went out and he played at Atlantic Records. He auditioned and he got the record contract.
He kept out there.
Damn right.
The other thing I have to say about Fred that's very surprising is Fred, if you don't know him, Fred uses very salty language.
On stage?
Yeah.
Oh, the blue Fred.
You can't use that.
The new Fred.
Evil Fred.
Evil Fred.
There you go. And that's the way I normally.
All right, let's listen to Fred. He's in concert. This took place where?
Unconscious. Downtime.
Downtime.
Downtime, wherever that is.
Here in Manhattan.
Downtime, 30th Street, between 7th and 8th. I'll be back there June 18th.
Okay.
Just a little last-minute detail. Like what the hell we're going to do. Good evening.
Uh-oh. Because Fred does tend to be verbose when he starts talking.
I try to be brief.
All right.
Here we are. We've been called the Libertarians. Well, tonight, the Fred Norris Band.
They've been called the Libertarians?
Yeah.
That was the name of your band?
Well, what happened is we booked ourselves into a club before this under an anonymous name.
Oh,
and
that's
what
the guy gave.
Like the Rolling Stones do before they go on tour.
Soft white underbelly voice.
Right.
You know.
Right. Fred, following in the tradition of the Stones and Blue Oyster Cult, booking himself under various names, warming up for the big gig.
That's it. Like anybody knows who the hell I am.
It gets progressively wilder, by the way.
All right.
Little song I wrote on the cab ride on the way down. I hope you enjoy it.
All right.
Okay.
Now, was that the Allman Brothers song?
One Way Out. Starts off with kind of a jungle beat, and then it kicks into the regular beat.
Okay. Now, what are we going to hear? Another rap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually,
will we hear a song?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to try not to get too loud on, but we may lose a little control. A song about the ultimate loser in the world. Could be me, could be you, could be anybody.
Probably Jackie.
A whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot of nothing. Now, you wrote this? Is this about Jackie?
It could be about anybody. Well, okay, it's about Jackie.
All right.
About a guy who's angry at everything.
A lot of hum.
Yeah, that's off the board. I think the one where Fred Curses comes up right after this.
Feels hot as hell up here, I tell you.
Fred Norris Band.
All right, what we got next on the settee here? Hold on a second. Little off.
Fred, a little technical pattern.
Let me ask you something. Did he stop down after each song?
I was not there. I do not know.
Well, Fred could answer. He was there.
Did you do a rap between every song?
I tried to do like a little something, a little intro. Nothing major.
Interesting.
Here's a song, Change of Pace, written by Hemingway. Ernest, but a long-lost cousin, Dave. Ernest wrote To Whom the Bell Tolls. And Dave wrote this tender little ditty called No Lady at All.
No, what the hell's going on there? What's he talking about?
I guess there's a guy in the band. My guess is there's a guy named Dave Hemingway.
Oh, I see.
And I'm pointing at that moment, so it's very clear to anybody who's sitting there.
I see. It's a visual cue.
This is the guy.
Okay.
He wrote the song. His name is Hemingway. It's not Ernest. It's Dave. 1, 2, 3. No damn lady at all.
Okay, now this is in the middle of a song. Fred breaks into a rap, sort of a Springsteen-ish rap.
Okay.
I'm good for at least 3 more times tonight. Don't you say anything. What do you mean you found somebody else? Who's going to give you what I can't give you? Love, affection, erection, protection, and any selection you may like.
Fred, you got all this memorized, or is it on a...
I'm just improvising.
Oh, really?
What's that? Erection?
Protection? Affection?
Yeah, I was
Seemed
just
like a black man.
I just started getting silly.
It's like the black sounding Fred.
The Rangers. Oh, that's great. Well, you.
That's the Fred I know.
There you go. That sounds like back in the office.
There you go. That's me.
Hey, Fred, can you help me write something here?
F you. F. You have what? Genital herpes.
What kind of rap is this?
So I guess it's going to look like Vesuvius in a couple of days from now.
I think he's doing Peter Wolf here. Like that kind of thing, right, Fred? Like one of those rap style
I
women.
wasn't intentionally trying to do that.
No, but I was thinking...
I mean, what
it came out
happens in
that
this
way.
song?
It came out that way. No, it was about this guy. He wrote the song. It was about his first encounter of getting
laid.
Exactly. And
But
basically, it was a slut. And it's at the end of the song. It's like I'm talking about, like, hey, where are you going? It's like, wasn't it a great night? Why don't we do it one more time? And she's telling him no. It's like, I've got some other things to do. And so he gets upset. He gets mad at her.
So why don't you
starts
say that?
insulting her.
I don't know what the hell you're talking
I
about.
think I was doing that.
You were?
I thought I was. Oh, yeah, that's what they call me, old Krusty in the shorts.
Trusty in the shorts?
I'm gonna tell you she was ready.
That's the cryptic Black Fred. That's Black Fred coming through.
Now, I think this one coming up, Howard, if I believe, is the one that he wrote.
I made up the last part. He never got a social disease, so he's cool.
Fred's as confusing on stage as he is in here.
You know what? I'm glad to see that it persists out in the world.
Yeah, it's not like it's just us.
Well, you're easily confused.
Fred's is confusing on stage.
Otherwise they think it was an imposter.
Yeah.
They know it's him.
You guys are trying to say, oh, this is Peter. I think it's Jackie's influence.
Really? I don't know.
How Jackie tells a story, you know, and you don't know where he's beginning, and the end is a totally different place than you thought you were headed.
Fred, don't tell me Jackie's influencing you.
Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, he's my mentor. Don't worry about it.
I think this is the song that Fred wrote for his girlfriend.
Oh, here's the one he wrote for his girlfriend. All right, this is romantic. I'd like to hear a little of the song.
Well, you're going to hear everything.
All right.
The rap, and I think this is it.
All right, this is a love song to Fred's girlfriend, the Princess
Now,
Norris.
is she in the audience?
Yes, she is.
Of course. What is she wearing?
She's wearing a little striped top. Very enhancing.
All right.
You're saying, of course. She could have been working.
That's right. Fred makes her work as a waitress.
As a matter of fact, she was working there that night.
Do you look at her as you sing, or?
I started looking at her as I was singing, then I had to look at my guitar to make sure I was playing the right note.
All right.
But then she had to deliver some more drinks. And he lost.
Yeah, the crinkle-cut fries.
That's it. All right, here's a little song. It's about as close to reality as I can possibly get.
We'll laugh.
There's a girlfriend I had once.
Oh, what?
Not necessarily you.
Oh, this is a different rap.
That drove me absolutely crazy.
What girlfriend was this? I've known you for 20 years.
And
You
wait a
haven't had
second, if you listen, this girlfriend happened sometime within the last 10 years, or about 10 years ago.
Was it that black girl like you in Washington?
No. You know who this is?
Who?
Remember that girl he went to visit?
Right.
Oh, you're still going on that story?
It's an old song. What can I say?
This was like 20 years ago.
Well, hey, you're still talking about high school, aren't we?
Well, I've been married for 20 years. That's the only sexual experiences I had. I have an excuse.
I see. We can't.
You were single.
We can't draw on history to write a song.
This was like Fred's big trauma.
And I certainly wouldn't call her a girlfriend.
No, he knew a girl in high school at a place in Florida.
College.
Okay, in college. In that stupid hillbilly college you went to.
There you go.
He went to the worst college. What was the name of it? Hartford College?
Hillbilly U.
Hillbilly University.
Bug Tussle.
What's the name of that school you went
Bug
to?
Tussle Tech.
Come on, really, what is it?
Western Connecticut University.
It's now a university.
Yeah, Western Connecticut University.
In Danbury.
I met Fred. He was going to Western Connecticut University during the day and working overnights at the radio station I met him at. And Fred, I said to him, why are you bothering with college? I mean, it's Western Connecticut University.
Well, it kind of got me into radio. They had
radio, you majored in lawnmowers.
No. You had to tell.
Got him in radio. So anyway.
Freaking Stratton or something.
So I said, Fred, you're wasting your time. No one's going to be impressed with that credential. He graduated.
It was something to do.
Yeah, just like this
got
show.
your attention.
Just like this show. Something to do. Anyway. So Fred says to me one day, and now I've known Fred for years. He's working with us in Washington, and Fred would just disappear. But this was like, when did this happen? Did this happen in Washington?
This was New York.
This was in New York already.
Yeah.
So, and Fred, for years and years and years, I've known him now, and I never seen him with any girls. And I was convinced he was homosexual. And I still am, by the way. And
kiss me.
No, I think
kiss me.
There might be something gay about you.
You think?
Yeah.
I think there's something gay about you, too.
Yeah, okay, good.
I do.
Yeah, like I've shown any evidence of that.
Oh, so Rock Hudson didn't get married like once or twice.
Yeah, I've been 20-year commitment here.
Big deal. A lot of guys get married and have kids.
All right, whatever. So the thing is, Fred never talks about never seen him with a girl. There were tons of girls thrown. After all, he was working in radio alongside with me.
Remember that every night at NBC there was this whole group of girls who would
waiting
sit around
for
and
Fred.
make phone calls.
Yeah,
they all argued about who Fred liked more and who was interested in Fred more.
Yeah. And Fred's no prize, but because he worked on a hit radio show, he was getting some action.
And you were taken.
And I'd say, dude.
I would have loved to have dated each and every one of them, but I worked with them.
So he goes to me, I have a rule. I'm working with them, and it wouldn't be right. And I'm like, oh, dude, you haven't gotten laid in 7 years. I think the rules go out the window.
Interns,
I have a rule. When I get really horny, all my rules go out the window.
Right. So anyway, but let's face it, a regular guy would just have sex with somebody. So Fred wasn't having sex. So all of a sudden, he mysteriously says to me, I'm going to Florida. I know this girl. She was my friend or something. I don't know. And I said, oh, you think you can get something over? I don't know. Make a long story short, he comes back. He's all bummed out. He goes there. She's hardly talking to him for the week. And I even said to him, you should just come visit me in Florida. I was in Florida at the same time. She hardly talked to him. And then what did she say? She went lesbian?
She went lesbian and she started karate.
And she wouldn't even talk to Fred.
How did he get an invite? I don't even understand.
And not only did the girl ignore him for the whole week and not talk to him.
Robin, I swear, the week before, it was like everything was cool. Can't wait to see you. I really want to see you. It's like da-da-da-da-da. I get down there and it's like, have I got the plague? What the hell just happened?
Yeah, and meanwhile, she wouldn't talk to Fred. So Fred, instead of leaving, he decides, hey, I had planned a week here. I'm staying a week.
Actually, you know what it was? I was smart. I know, I was smart. It's like I only booked like 3 days because I didn't know how it was going to work out.
Right.
Because I hadn't seen her in quite a while. I said, well, you never know when you don't.
All right. So you wrote a song about this?
Yeah.
You never told me that.
No, what can I say?
All I know is Fred didn't get laid. The girl went lesbian on him.
Enjoying karate.
Enjoying karate. And that's what we heard about, and that was the end of it. He never talked about it again.
Went into a song.
And I had a choice. He could either throw her out the window, throw myself out the window, or write a song. So I chose the third.
I'm sure he's built this into a whole big romantic
listen
thing.
to this. He wasn't even with her.
Yeah.
I could have thrown her out the window.
He never even nailed her.
He had to go get on a plane to go throw her out the window.
Fred, at what point were you going to throw yourself out a window?
When I got there.
Can you imagine Fred? What a great visual. Fred throwing himself out a window.
What part of Florida?
This was Tampa.
Sarasota.
Yeah.
Oh, he was really
can't be
listening. Yeah, he was like close by. I said, Fred, you know where I am. You could have called me and just come over and
you
come with me.
wouldn't have wanted to know me at that point.
Oh, please.
You really want to know me now, but you definitely wouldn't have.
I don't want to know you now, and I don't want to know you then.
He actually did want to know you then.
Yeah.
Hope I made the right choice.
I want to know you now. I still don't know you. I've been working with you for a long time.
It's called After the Fall.
After the Fall. Oh, boy. after the falling out the window.
So now this is a song I think that.
All right, we're gonna.
When am I ever going to hear a song?
It's coming up. It's coming up.
All right.
Is this the one?
We pulled 2 songs.
This is the song to his present girlfriend?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Before we kind of drop things back a little bit. For real. It's a song I wrote, I don't know, 10 years ago. Thought I was doing somebody a favor. Turns out I wasn't. They're married, they have kids now. And what did I know? It's called Let It Go.
What's he talking about? Fred, all these experiences from a guy who lived in his apartment and never left.
Go anywhere. What, 10 years ago?
10 years ago, you didn't leave your apartment. 10 years ago, you should have been writing about how you hid in your apartment while NBC tried to serve you with a subpoena.
That's in the next batch of songs.
Oh.
Wait a minute, was this the girl?
I know who this girl is.
Which one?
No, you don't.
Why don't you write 10 years ago, if you're going to write about your experiences, why don't you write about how you wouldn't leave my apartment and you would just eat hot dogs?
Oh, there you go.
And even though girls wanted you, you wouldn't have them.
Yeah, why don't you write a song about the blanket you put on your wall because you weren't getting window shades and your mom wouldn't make them for you? What kind of... Suddenly he has a life.
Why don't you write a song about your first bank account?
Yeah, well, we had to take you to the bank because you never used one.
Well, I don't know if people really want to hear those.
I do.
Okay, I'll write them just for you guys.
Write about reality.
You know what I thought was... Well,
you know when your songs are going to be great? When you write about your fears. Fred's afraid to do anything.
They never found the body, right, John?
I want to hear a song, damn it.
It's coming.
I swear he didn't do anything.
I want to know who all these girls are.
I want to know what that last introduction meant.
This song is very...
I don't know. You know what it is? You'll never know.
Did you ever see a girl? Where did all these girls come from?
People I know, Robin.
If you walked past Fred, you were his girlfriend.
And I asked one time,
Robin, who said she was my girlfriend?
What was the last song about? That one that you just said?
Basically, what it was, it's a story. If you listen to the song,
you knew a couple.
The lyrics reveal the story.
You knew a couple?
I knew a couple. And
when did that happen?
No, this was back in college.
Okay.
And these 2 people were going up for the longest time, and what happened was this girl, he broke up with this girl. She called me on the phone, putting me in an uncomfortable position, like, could I get back with him? Could I get back with him? It's like, and how do you say, forget it, this guy is history.
She was just asking your advice.
I know.
Uncomfortable position.
that means she liked him.
Right.
Not necessarily. Which fits my personality. So...
I never know what Fred's talking about.
And we're going to try and do this slow, because otherwise the sound you're on Benzedrine will be a little too fast. So I got to count this out the right way, otherwise they'll send me back to remedial count-off school.
What's he talking about?
Right.
Fred, I love you, but I never know what you're talking about. All right, now we're rocking. When am I going to hear a song?
On a really awful freaking day. I know it's hard.
I'll tell you what.
All right,
let me take a commercial break.
Go find a song.
Yeah, all I'm hearing is Fred talking. I'm getting more confused.
It's great, though.
It's great, but
It is great.
you go. I got time to interpret that. I got things to get to.
Going through the mind of Fred is just a fascinating
You're
journey.
not getting old to me, man.
There you go. And if they come on June 18th, same place, it'll be great.
All right, let me take a break and figure out what Fred is doing.
Stern Show.
Malika was supposed to be here at 7:30. She just showed up.
What time is it?
8:45, but I do want to hear one Fred Nora song before I bring her
I would like
in.
to hear Fred's music.
Yeah. And Amy Lynn is out there in the hall with her. Amy Lynn, the stripper.
Chasing her daughter.
Chasing her daughter. I got to tell you something. I walk out. Amy Lynn is a vision in a tight tube top with a little, like, flowery dress. Tan, skinny legs, beautiful little, like, this the right shoes that girls wear who want to attract guys. And
the long, blonde, flowing hair.
And then her daughter walks out, and she's running around the hall, and boy, if I didn't go limp. You know, it's just really hard to look at a woman sexually while she's holding her baby. Man, that sucks.
It sucks.
I mean, really.
Hey, that's being a woman.
And Malika, I think, is still on Sam time. When you're Mrs. Sam Kinison and Sam's alive, you can be 2 hours late.
Yes, you're going to have to get more professional.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
learn well from Sam how to do this.
Yeah, I'm going to give her a piece of. I'm going to say, Malika, Sam's dead. You can't
You're
be
not
on,
Sam.
You're not Sam. People
Nobody's going to wait for you.
And people don't. I have to leave at some time. I do the show. I go home. I want to do the news and get out of here. I can't wait for you for 2 hours. You don't understand. I'm not sitting around waiting.
She rushed to get here. She called me at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but she was supposed to be here at 7:30.
She called me at 8 and said...
Sam used to get away with that.
She was going to be here in an hour and a half, and I said, you got to get down a lot quicker than that.
Yeah.
Cause, then...
Well, Sam was going to come in with an incredible story if he was this late.
Right. There's something going on. Malika isn't going to tell us the incredible story of why she's late.
Or he'd get looped on the way.
Right. I'll explain to her that Sam is now gone, and the same rules don't apply. Because I know she'll say, hey, when we used to come here with Sam, it didn't matter what time we showed up.
Time, and then...
Yeah, but you don't tell jokes. You strap. She looks great, huh?
I'm going to be working with her. I'm working at the club with her.
Yeah, I'm not going to make out with her. I'm going to see what Sam used to get. I'm going to go for it. She's dead long enough.
Well, you were responsible for helping her through her grief, which you did not do.
Say that again?
You said you were going to be responsible for helping her through her grief.
Yeah, I couldn't get to her. I want to help her. You know what?
You didn't do one thing. You didn't offer her one shoulder.
I want to help her through her grief today. That's what I want to do. It's not too late to help someone through their grief, is it?
She probably hasn't grieved all of it.
Especially when she's wearing a jacket with nothing underneath.
Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah. That's coming off.
You're kidding.
Amy's with her. Amy's teaching her how to strip. That's the whole thing there. Do you remember you were saying what's the connection between Amy and Malika?
Yeah.
Amy's like her instructor.
Oh, her what do you call that? Malika's her protege?
Yeah.
Amy
effigy.
Amy helped her get booked into Amy helped her get this booking.
All right. I think Amy's kid holds the clothes while they both take their clothes off.
And loads the film.
Loads the film for the pictures. Anyway, do you want to hear the Fred Norris song now, or
yes,
do you want to bring in Malika and Amy?
Don't.
We can do it tomorrow.
Sure. Fred's song?
Yeah.
Or Malika?
No, Fred.
Okay, let's talk to Malika.
Now hold on a second. Let me just fix my hair so I look good, so the girls will think I'm attractive.
She used to be with Sam, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess I really don't need to fix my hair.
You definitely look better than Sam.
Yeah, if she can do it with Sam, she can do it with me. That's true. You're right. Hey, lower the lights a little bit. They'll be less inhibited, Jackie. You know what I mean? It's kind of bright in here.
I hear you.
Yeah. We don't have the TV show yet. Yeah, lower that down. There you go.
Good.
Not bad.
You know that...
A little lower. I think you pitch black.
Yeah, so I won't be able to see you.
Yeah, so there's no evidence. In case I get lucky.
Bill Kennison is going to be on Entertainment Tonight, pushing his book tonight.
Yeah, and Bill will be over here tomorrow.
It is uncanny how he sounds just like Sam.
Yeah. I believe he really is Sam. All right, let's orchestrate it. There's Amy. Oh, you could see through your dress. I didn't realize that. It's a see-through dress. Oh, yeah. And here's Malika and Sabrina. And Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hey, what's going on? I really can't see.
I'm not on Sam's
That's why I made it
time anymore.
You're not on Sam's time. Let me soak you in and see how you look. Oh, yes.
You look great.
Oh, I missed you. Oh, wait, she went for it.
Oh, yeah? What'd she do?
Yeah. Malika really went for it. Who's sick? Sabrina? Yeah, stay away from me. What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You got some kind of a cold or something?
Sabrina playing the Sam role.
I'm nauseous.
Sick in the cold. Maybe you're nauseous from watching me just kiss your sister.
I got the story for you, what happened last night.
Don't even try.
Let's hear it. What happened, Sabrina?
I think she has Sam flashbacks. I think you're right.
Would you guys get loaded last night?
No.
I just had to be wheeled.
Too many drinks on the plane. That's where the steward starts screaming, "Paramedics! Paramedics!
Really?
Come get her!" I said, no, her husband died. I just didn't tell him it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Still using that, huh?
Oh, man.
2 years ago, my husband died, and I'm still screaming about it. All right, who's getting naked first? It's not me, that's for sure. Anyway, Malika's here. Sabrina, of course, her sister. Malika and Sabrina's sisters.
Fully clad.
The two sisters that used to be with Sam. And, of course, for a while, there was a problem where Sabrina was making love to Sam behind Malika's back, but everything is forgiven now, right?
That's why we're sitting apart from each other.
Right. And the
She
reason
remembered last night.
Amy's chest is so awesome, and she knows how to display it. Yeah, Malika, you got the right teacher in stripping.
Oh, I know.
You don't know how to strip, Malika?
I know how to dance. I don't know how to strip, but I'm taking it off. We got to plug it. We got to plug the show in.
So have you been naked before, or is this going to be the first time?
This will be the first time.
This is the first time?
This is the first time. I'm a virgin.
Are you sure?
This is the first
Someone sent me
time.
pictures of you stripping somewhere else.
Who? Who?
I don't know. Some guy sent me a
Bill
picture. You were dancing around on a stage naked.
Fiction
Hey, get on the microphone. Put that in your face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. So this is the first time, really?
Yeah, this is the first time.
Swear to God.
Swear to God.
Really? Oh,
Oh,
Sam.
you would have heard about it.
The nude spread in platinum.
Yeah, I would have heard about it. What?
The nude spread in platinum she had. Maybe
Yeah, but that's not stripping.
Yeah, that's not stripping. That's stripping.
That's being naked in a magazine. It's a big
Yeah,
difference.
he doesn't.
No, but I know.
Notice the technicality.
It's not up close live.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to move and take off clothes.
I thought maybe you thought you were seeing a poster.
It's like the lighting has to be brighter.
So all I know is I'm walking down the hall, and I'm waiting for Malika to show up. And then, I see Amy walking around in the hall with her kid. Amy looks great with that. Look at how she dresses. Man. Does she know how to dress like a stripper?
I don't dress like a stripper.
You know what Amy, like...
This is cute. It's a little baby
the
doll.
typical little baby doll sundress.
That's how I fill it out.
I mean, wow.
A baby doll sundress with double D's.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Wow,
it's not tight.
And
I don't
it's
look
completely
like a
see-through.
stripper.
And it's...
See-through? What is he talking about?
You can't even
When she walked in, I saw right through her dress.
But she's standing there.
in that room.
And she,
I know.
She's standing there, and you're looking at her, and your eyes go down her legs, and next thing you know, her kid clings to her leg.
I know. And all I know is I went really limp. Because, I'm looking at your legs, and I'm looking at your breasts. And I'm thinking about how Amy said that I could go out with her if I was single. I'm thinking about all that kind of stuff, and it makes me nuts. So, let me see the shoes you're wearing, Amy.
Oh, you like these? Huh?
Yeah, look at those. Those are such girly shoes.
What? Those are those mules you were talking about.
Mules. Those are mules. I love that. I love mules.
I can't believe he's going up to date with the girl fashion terminology.
Yeah, I love girl clothes.
The shoe fetish. You know that.
Malika, so what happened? You were on the plane. Then Malika's wearing a jacket with no bra underneath.
I didn't have time. I didn't have time.
Malika, what are you wearing? Just a jacket with no bra or anything?
No bra.
I mean, all you see is like cleavage popping out.
Aren't you happy she's late? She didn't have time to find a shirt.
Is that what happened? I believe it. Wait, you're not even wearing a bra? I mean, if I open up that jacket, I would just see your chest?
You can see it from here.
Hey, Malika, I never got to console you over Sam's death. Now, wait a second. Seriously, you lost your husband, and I never got to sit... like the guy in Ghost? After Patrick Swayze dies?
Right. He comes over to Demi Moore.
Yeah, and he practically rapes her.
Yes. I think if we're still using the Sam is dead excuse for you, I think it's still time. You have time to console her.
Someone told me you were dating Gary Busey for a while?
Well, I'm still going out with him.
Are you really?
You must be doing something right.
Really? You still going out with Gary Busey?
Yeah.
Well, hey, Amy, how come she knows how to get celebrities and you don't?
I don't want it.
Amy was about to marry that albino guy. Ed Begley Jr. How come you could only get Ed Begley Jr.? She got Sam Kinison, now she's got Gary Busey.
Yeah, Amy was driving electric cars. Remember that? Plug it in the car at night. And
Amy was this close to being Mrs. Ed Begley Jr. She almost had it all wrapped up, and it was going to be... Like Ed Begley evidently has money or something. I don't even know how.
I didn't want to be. I just gave the ring back.
Oh, sure. Anyway. So anyway...
I guess it was Ed Begley Sr. who made the money.
Ed Begley Sr. must have made the money, because I can't figure out how Ed Begley Jr. has money, but evidently he has tons of girls around and everything.
Yeah, he's got, I always see him with beautiful women in the Enquirer.
So Amy was this close, because he's famous, so Amy was this close to getting him.
What's his name again? Ed Begley.
Do you know who he is, Ed Begley Jr.? What was he in, Amy?
What was he?
Was he in, like, Hill Street?
Saint Elsewhere.
Yeah, Saint Elsewhere.
Seen some pretty bad.
The guy was in Saint Elsewhere, and Amy, of course, was ready to give herself to the guy because he's in Saint Elsewhere. Like he was some kind of great guy or something.
Stop, you're a nice guy.
So all of a sudden we go to California, we run into Amy Lynn, and she's he's into electric cars, he won't take planes.
Yeah, and always carrying a bicycle with him. We're taking the subway.
Yeah, so then we see Amy, she's carrying a bicycle, and we drive electric cars. And I have to go home and charge up my car, and I was like, oh, I'm going to vomit.
I know I'm justified in knowing how nice Ed is, and all these people are listening that know Ed know how nice he is.
Oh,
you
right.
can't say bad things about him.
Yes, I can.
You can say all you want, but
How come you didn't marry him?
and so many people know how nice he is and know that.
Didn't he use you up and then throw you out?
Not at all.
See, I don't like
What
that.
happened?
You put your heart in a queeze and a heart.
Then what happened, Amy, between you and Ed?
No, I just didn't think it was right. There was an age gap, and we started to realize it.
Yeah, sure.
Why
don't you tell me the real story?
That is the real story.
You wanted him really
You
bad.
wanted conversation from Ed Begley Jr.?
Yeah, let's see what he has to talk about.
He's a script. give her a card.
Here's how it went. He walked up to her, he said, "Hi, I'm on TV." And before he said TV,
No, he
her legs
didn't.
sprung open like a mousetrap.
He chased me for a while, so stop, because he chased me. I
Really?
met him a year, and then he chased me for a while.
No, I'd like
I
to chase
finally
you.
went out with him.
She makes, I get nauseous when I see Amy just because it hurts so bad that you can't just jump on top of her. It really does. It makes you crazy.
And I always rub my legs when I'm in here.
Yeah, and you're rubbing your legs.
She's nervous.
Hey, Amy, can I rub your legs?
Yeah, if you want to.
I could?
Maybe.
Seriously?
You want to rub my legs?
Yeah. Can I? Why? She's real upset. See, she doesn't really want me to touch her.
I'm not uptight.
All right, forget it. Let Ed Begley rub him.
No, he's not rubbing him. He missed his chance.
How come you're always rubbing your own legs?
I don't know.
I mean,
I like to touch myself.
Yeah, you know what? If I look like Amy, I'd like to touch myself.
Rubbing your legs too.
Yeah. All right. So, Malika, let's get back to your tragedy, of course. You lost Sam 2 years ago, and I never got to
And I
console
was
you.
with him. Let me get this right. I was with him for 5 years. For
Who?
some reason, Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
Sam Kinison, 5 years. Malika Kinison.
Right.
Some people think that it's like I was just a half a chapter in his life.
I don't think that.
Well, I know you don't, but
So,
reiterate that.
so how'd you get Gary Busey? How'd that all work out? That's got to be.
He consoled her.
He's got money, right? He probably made a lot of money on
busting his head.
We're really good friends, but
not on busting his head, but in that last movie he did.
The Under Siege.
Under Siege.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
he's got 2 or 3 other ones coming out right now.
What, girlfriends or
No, movies.
Oh, movies.
Doesn't have time for that.
Who's nuttier, Sam or Gary?
Sam for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Sam was king of the nuts.
Yeah, Sam could not be beat.
I didn't have to stutter on that like John does.
No logic whatsoever. So really, you're like almost Mrs. Gary Busey?
No.
You just have sex with him?
No, I like Michael Robinson. I want to thank him for the big one. But
Who's Michael Robinson?
Michael Robinson.
That's another boyfriend?
Tall,
Yeah.
Actor?
blonde. No, businessman.
Oh, that's her boyfriend too?
Yeah. They've been dating for a while.
So you have 2 boyfriends?
You're not serious about either one of these guys, though.
No?
No.
Oh,
If I'm thinking on the other
So I mean, you'll go out with them and stuff.
Yeah. Do my duty.
Really? They're into that?
That's terrible.
Oh my gosh, it took me a second.
Even Sam was into
What are
that.
you talking about?
Doing your duty.
It's like, what duty?
Since when are you into
I
that?
just want the dog to do his. That's all on
And-
me.
And your sister Sabrina isn't trying to seduce Gary Busey as well?
No, she's got her own thing.
Oh, you do have your own thing? That's all worked out? Because you two used to share men. Now it's
I shouldn't share 'em.
you shared Sam.
No, you know what was the funniest? The
You-
funniest thing was that Sam got angry at Sabrina when she got another boyfriend.
That was the best. That made, well, that's why Sam was nutty. Sam made no sense. He was great. He was cheating on you.
The whole time.
I knew the whole time, of course.
I had no clue every
I wasn't
time
gonna
I
tell
came
you.
in here. Everybody knew but me.
I would never tell you.
I didn't know.
I was the butt. Oh, thanks, Amy. I
didn't
your
know.
protege.
Amy probably knew.
I was the only one that didn't know either.
Sabrina, I knew. If it makes you feel any better.
Well, thanks.
But you know what it
I'm
was.
happy with my boyfriend.
You are? You have a boyfriend now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My lawyer, her boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Figure it out.
You ought to steal him from her.
Keep him in the family.
You ought to steal Sabrina's boyfriend.
No.
Why not?
Ross,
That'd be-
would you date my sister?
No.
I will.
I'll answer that.
I'll date your sister. So it must be pretty cool being with like Gary Busey and this other guy because Sam was always so heavy. Those guys are kind of in shape, right?
Oh, Gary's in shape.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So you're with guys in shape.
No.
Poor Sam. You know, every time I look at you, your body does look incredible. I'd like to see it naked myself. In fact, Amy, why don't you teach Malika how to strip right here? You guys ought to practice on me.
Okay, stand up.
Malika, seriously, why don't you practice?
We are. We're going to
Are you going to go out in front of an audience for the first time?
Yeah.
But
And
when
Monday, be there, guys.
Excuse me,
Please.
where's this
That's
going to
not
be?
a good idea, is
At
it?
Al's Diamond Cabaret in Reading.
Al's Diamond
My
Cabaret in Reading.
place,
Okay,
yeah.
what time is this?
Well, she has a lunch show. I want you guys to be there for her first show and cheer her on. Yes, you'll want a crowd, believe me.
No, I don't understand something. How come you guys won't practice in front of me if you're going to be naked in front of all those guys?
Because I'm getting paid for it.
I'll tell them how it is, and I'll carry on, and then they'll all go.
Just show them how good you look. You've been working out and tanning.
No.
Come over here and let me console you about
See,
Sam.
that's what Amy's good at. Amy can teach you how to tan.
Bed in my house.
Yeah, where do you go to? And where do you tan?
I have a bed in my house.
Come out.
You have a tanning bed in your house? Just because you're a stripper?
I'm coming over there.
Oh my God. I told you guys.
Yeah. A tanning bed.
We tan together.
Oh.
No, I was talking to Howard.
That's right. You know, Malika likes girls, you know.
No, she's talking to you.
She goes over your house, you're going to end up making it with her. I know it.
So what about that, Malika? Are you dating women, too?
No.
But I bet you're bringing girls into the bedroom with these guys. You're not?
No.
Oh, would you clean up your act? Hey, what kind of thing
That's
is that?
only in committed relationships she does that.
Right, you have to get to know a guy for a while. Yeah. Every time I see a picture of Malika or I see Malika in person, I go, poor Sam.
I know. You've done that many times here in the office.
He could be enjoying her right now.
That's when he feels bad the most.
I do. I feel bad for Sam. Hey, what the hell do I feel bad for him for? How does it change my life?
Look what he's missing. He said that many times in the office.
Yeah. As I'm sitting there moaning, looking at the pictures. Amy, if you don't stop rubbing your legs, I'm going to jump over the table.
I know. She's like going,
I'm going to have sex
you
with you.
hear this? It's like friction right here.
So, yeah, take it easy.
Amy, your hair is getting staticky.
Somebody better just touch me. All right, let's get this straight. So, stop rubbing yourself.
Okay. Where are we eating?
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're...
Sharice's husband?
All right, well...
Mr. G's Bagels?
Yeah, Mr. G's Bagels.
All right, so life is happy with us? I mean, this is... So now you're going to take up stripping as a way of living? Do you think Sam would have approved of this, or you don't care?
Yeah, like I can get his approval now.
Well, we have a Ouija board.
No, not the Ouija.
Do you think that...
Did you guys really contact him?
Yeah, we did. And what did he... Do you remember the message he gave us? It was really cryptic, but you know it was from Sam. The Ouija board actually worked.
It worked? You did in here?
No, we didn't do it in here. Robin and I did it back
in the office. We weren't on the air. We just did this after work one day.
And because we both said we're not going to move that stupid little thing around, and we swear we didn't move it. And
I wasn't moving it.
I wasn't either. What was the message?
You guys are really serious.
Yes, I am. What was the I asked him if it was all right if did he think it was all right if Malik ever got married again or saw other guys, and he said yes.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if it was him.
But he didn't want you to have Malika.
No,
remember?
I wasn't allowed to have Malika.
Right.
Oh.
And then
there was some other message that really convinced us it was Sam.
Yeah, because at the end, he left a message. Fred, do you remember what the message was?
I know he wasn't happy being where he was.
But you know why I knew it was
It
Sam?
was a warning of some sort.
I swear I don't believe in anything like that. But it was something that would never come from my mind, and I know Robin doesn't think this way, and it was something that Sam would say. But he had never said it to me.
Well,
what the hell was it? And it was so important.
Now we've forgotten it.
What was it, Robin?
I don't remember. Because
I never did Robin.
And it actually spelled something out. We couldn't even figure out at first what he was spelling.
And then the other thing that proved it was Sam was that we couldn't get him to go.
Right, he wouldn't leave. We said,
trying to make him go.
we said, please, Ouija board, we have to leave now, Sam. We have to say goodbye. And then he wouldn't leave. No.
Sam always wanted to do a movie. Do it from the Ouija board.
I think the message was, where's the Coke? Maybe something like that.
I don't remember. Wait a minute, it had something to do with drugs.
Yeah, it was, I forget what it was. It was really cryptically said, though. It was very Sam-like.
Yeah.
Of course, Parker Brothers figured out a way to contact dead people. I believe that. But it was kind of weird what it did say.
Yeah.
Because Robin and I got all weirded out and never did the Ouija board again.
I know. We promised the only way we could get Sam to go was to promise that we'd come back and talk to him again.
Just like in real life.
Hey, exactly. You know the trick. You catch on really
Malika,
good. Sure, I'll be right back.
come here and let
Sam.
me console you about Sam. I never got to console you. Watch this. Oh, come here. Come here. Seriously, I never got the opportunity. Do you mind, Sabrina? I know it's just
but just as long as you audition her simultaneously for your movie, too.
Oh, yeah, do it while
Come
she's
here.
here.
Come here, sit down. Man, you did lose a lot of weight. Look at the chest on you. You really...
These are words of comfort. Everybody take
Those
note.
aren't implants? What?
No, Phil.
Phil.
Come here. Now, had I been able to console you when Sam died,
Yeah.
I would have taken you in my arms,
Mm-hmm.
and first I would have squeezed you like this. And I would have said, Malika, oh, I'm so sorry about Sam.
I miss him too.
I miss him so much. Let me rub your leg. Oh, you know you're...
Call it for me.
Oh,
No.
I feel so bad. Let me...
Oh, she's crying. He's really getting to her.
I loved him too. I loved him. I loved him too. I loved him too. She's horny. I'm not kidding. I miss him too. I miss him so much. You don't know.
No,
your hair. Allison. I'm consoling your sister.
That was Malika.
Malika, that was you. Did you feel bad?
Oh, of course I do. I miss them.
Oh, yeah.
Go, girl. God, she warmed up to that quick.
All right, who wants to be consoled next?
Die quick.
Oh, man. She really went for it.
Yeah?
I'm totally aroused. Totally aroused now.
She has a great set list. She's dancing to, like, Sex, Come, and Anatomy.
Every stripper dances to the song Sex by Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it's not by
Prince. Torture.
Oh, Torture? I don't know that.
And
Amy, can I console you about Sam? Did you know Sam? Did you know Sam?
Sam, yeah, but
Would you like to be consoled?
you already consoled me last
okay.
week.
See? I told you Amy didn't want
You're
you.
not kidding.
keep it up. I get it once in a while.
All right, so you girls are going to go off.
Yeah.
Hey, who died recently? Didn't Henry Morgan die? Is anyone?
Anybody need consoling?
You want to be consoled about? How'd you feel about Bill's book, Malika?
I thought it was a plethora of fiction.
A what?
Plethora of fiction.
You think it's made up?
Well, it's kind of like reading the Inquirer and reading USA Today.
Can I say what I think about it?
What is it, Sabrina?
I think any book is bad that's double-spaced.
You think there was enough?
We had to check that, make sure the ears wasn't.
Well, Bill's coming in tomorrow, and he'll be promoting the book. But
okay.
you don't feel it was accurate?
Like I said,
it's his version. It's all right.
He's a businessman. He's got to do
Oh,
it.
so you guys are all getting along now?
Absolutely not.
We don't.
No? You guys don't talk to each other at all?
We don't talk.
No, we don't talk.
We don't fight. We don't. No,
he likes to think I wasn't even there. Everything that he put, I have no idea. I opened up the book and I slammed it. And
Did it make you angry when he said he felt that Sam loved Sabrina and not
he's just doing everything to Did he really say that? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I married Sam. I was with him for 5 years, and you know what? He did love my sister also, but it's not the way he's approaching it is a pretty. It's like he's sad way of doing it.
More than I don't know what.
It's just anything to get publicity. I don't even want to use my airtime on it right now.
Okay, there you go. All right, very good. All right.
We want to use it to do Mr. G's bagels.
Girls,
That's it.
what I'm going to do? So Malika will be stripping for the first time.
Yes, for the first time, and please support.
For the first time.
Martell soccer game too.
Oh, I'm on,
but not at the TJ Martell soccer game.
Yeah.
You won't be stripping there.
No, I won't be stripping.
What is it, Stuttering John?
Really great Sam Kinison impression if you want to hear him. Man.
Oh, is that right? You want to hear a Sam Kinison impression?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Well,
Gary thought it was Sam.
Hello?
Yeah, man. Hey, buddy. It's Sam calling from the grave. I want to voice my disgust with the happy weirdo over there.
Oh, that sounds like Bill.
That sounds like Bill.
That does sound like Bill.
Hey, man, you're taking your clothes off, man? This is I Am in Hell.
That is Bill.
Is that Bill, really?
I'm out here. I'm listening to Howard trying to get the happy weirdo's clothes off. Man, you know, this is...
shut him off.
That is not Bill. That is not Bill. It is not.
It is.
You think that's Bill?
What do you have to say for yourself there?
Is this Bill?
No, it's not Bill. It's Sam calling from the great beyond, man. How you been, buddy?
That's a pretty good impression.
It is a good
impression.
It's a good impression of Bill.
And I can't figure out how come it's so loud. It's like so loud.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's pretty powerful up here.
Bill, is this
Good
really
sound system up here.
Bill, is this really you?
Yeah, man.
Oh, it is Bill.
It is Bill. Come on, you fell. There should be rim shots in the back of that one.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. How you been?
Well, we got. Have you been listening to Malika? And
Yeah, I have.
Do you think your brother would approve of Malika's?
Absolutely not. Now he'd be rolling around in his grave over here.
I don't know if this is Bill or not.
Of course it isn't, Howard.
It isn't.
No, it's Sam.
It's Sam. Is he Sam or Bill?
I'm hanging up.
Mother, daughter, Bill, Sam, Bill.
I don't know exactly who I'm talking to.
That's like Beavis and Butthead.
And by the way, that's a very good impression. But like, what are you putting on your voice to make it so loud?
Nothing. I'm just young, I guess.
I can't. The phone.
It's overmodulated.
All right. Hey, thanks, man.
No problem, buddy. Hey, take your clothes off in front of me. What the hell? Oh, I'm in hell.
That
What the hell was that?
All right.
I God, that sounded like Bill.
But it wasn't Bill.
We all thought
I thought it was Bill because he had that their girl thing. He said.
The accent was a little bit too layered there.
All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll wrap up. Malika will be taking her clothes off.
No, that's called stripping.
All right.
Or dancing.
Dancing.
Malika
I will be taking my clothes off and dancing at the same time. I think it is called stripping.
But he says like Malika will be taking her clothes off. Like go to her room and see her.
Well, that's basically what they're doing.
And she will have her foo-foo shoes on now.
Malika, and you're not on your period or anything, right? Malika will be taking her clothes off. At Al's Cabaret. When is this? Next Friday?
No,
Monday.
All week from the 6th to the 11th.
All right, at Al's Diamond Cabaret.
5 shows a day.
All right.
Oh,
So
I
if
have
you
to
wanna
say
grab a
happy
lunch-
birthday, AJ.
Let me take a break and then we'll wrap this up. But, I want to do proper goodbyes and more consolation. But we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Sorry? We're back on the air. So, what is it, Stuttering John?
I was going to tell you what Sam said on the Ouija board.
Now, how do you remember what Sam said on the
I
Ouija
remember
board?
you saying it. I mean, it was pretty. It was very spooky. I thought you were lying about it.
No. What did it say again?
It said danger. Danger. It was a danger.
Right.
Danger.
It's like red
I thought you were just lying about it.
I thought there was more to it than danger. It was like
No,
three words.
Because of the question we asked him.
What was the question?
I don't remember.
Who was your friend?
Oh,
that's
Who was
what
your
I-
best friend?
Yeah.
And your friend's danger?
Now,
I
listen.
get it.
Okay, here was the thing. So I was asking the Ouija board questions. I thought this was kind of cool. Because I swear to God, me and Robin weren't pushing the thing around. So I said, did I really say who was your best friend?
It was something about.
That wasn't who was your best friend.
That doesn't sound like.
What I said, what did you love most?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh,
That was it.
And like, I would never think to say danger. I would think you'd either say,
We were looking for a name,
Yeah, exactly.
who'd you love most? And Sam answered it in very Sam-like fashion. Instead of saying the name of a person, he said,
That
I love
sounds like
danger.
him.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that it spelled out danger.
That sounds like.
And neither Robin or myself are inventive enough to come up with
No,
that.
we couldn't have thought of that.
Right. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, okay. Now we know what it was. I
Now
thought
you
were
know the
just
story.
calling.
All right, so to recap, Malika stopped by to tell us she's making the plunge. I guess Sam didn't leave.
Embarking on a new career.
Well, Sam didn't leave her any money.
Sam left a mess. Is what
Let's really talk. Let's talk seriously, Malika.
Already told the backyard looking for the money.
Listen to me, seriously.
I'll mow your lawn nude.
Why am I having trouble understanding Malika?
Well, because she's laughing.
She's laughing too much. Stop laughing.
Okay.
You're laughing. I don't know what you're laughing
I will mow
at.
your lawn nude now.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. All right, Malika, listen to me.
Yeah.
So when Sam died, obviously didn't leave you any money. Left you bankrupt.
Yeah.
All right. So for a while, I don't know what you've been getting by on. What have you been getting by on? You did the Platinum magazine.
Yeah.
What else? What have you been doing?
I did 2 movies and.
You did a movie?
I did 2, yeah.
Where'd you do that?
I'm no actress. I have 2 movies to prove it. No.
Where did you?
No.
Is Gary Busey generous?
I don't ask him for anything like
Really?
that.
No kidding.
No,
Really?
I don't know if I want to embark in that yet, but
And what? Asking Gary Busey for money?
No,
relationship.
No, about movies. I don't even know if I want to do that. I just want to retire, go somewhere where coconuts hit me in the head, or leave.
Well, who doesn't?
I know.
You have to get some money before you can.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Sam used to be able to make that happen.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
What did happen to the house in Hawaii?
There was
There was no house in Hawaii.
Oh, he used to go rent over there. Huh?
Oh yeah, he
okay.
rented.
Said,
Like
what?
everything else.
You know something we don't.
So anyway,
I have a paper route in the morning that I do.
So I'm saying, like, how have you been getting by? Seriously, you're a woman who,
You have
I
taste.
I've been modeling, and I also do some acting, and I have a paper route.
So what happened? You said to yourself, "Hey, I better start stripping. This is a way to make some quick cash."
Yeah, that's it. Actually, I like
So
to
this is
dance. I really do, and I think it'd be fun.
So this
It'll
isn't going to be sad, like you up on the stage stripping, taking your
it'll
clothes
be
off.
fun.
It will be
a lot of fun.
You'll
yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
And will you do anything weird on stage? Will you like rub yourself a lot?
I won't eat worms or nothing, but.
All right. But they must
I heard about that.
They must have offered big bucks. I mean, to get Sam Kinnison's wife to come up and strip is a big deal. At Al's Diamond Cabaret.
Yeah, the first time. Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
was it good money?
It didn't make me say, didn't turn my arm or anything.
No, I just called her and asked her, and she said, let me think about it.
Yeah.
She called me back. All right. Great.
What are you booking Al's Diamond Cabaret?
No, not at all. It's just a great place, and it was his idea.
Amy's like
Al's
Satan.
idea.
Yeah, it was Al's idea, and I said, yeah, I know her.
Amy's like Satan. She's like, come, strip.
No, I am not. It's not that bad, Howard. God, you make.
Because when I watch you strip sometimes, I feel sad.
Why?
Because I feel like...
I enjoy it. I have fun.
Do you really?
Yeah. Not forever, but she really does.
You're always telling me...
That smile is dead.
Well, why were you getting out of the business just a short time ago?
Because I wanted to be a mommy. I wanted to stay home with my baby. I still want to. That's why I go out and dance, so I can make enough money to live and stay home with the baby.
Right.
Which is, dancing is the only career that allows me to do that right now and stay home and be mommy.
So you didn't take diction in school?
No.
Yeah, stay in school, kids, or you end up like us.
Now, Sabrina, how come you... Now, Sabrina, what are you doing for money? Are you going to just leech off on Malika, or are you going to take your clothes off?
No, I temp production work.
You temp production work?
And yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I just do little things. And then...
she works for me.
She works for you? Sabrina works for you, Malika?
Yeah, actually does. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she puts a lot.
I don't know. She's my sister. How could I say I'm working for her?
Only when she fires me every day.
Does she fire?
Get out of here. I got fired. I was never hired. You're my sister.
All right, so then the answer is that you will be stripping. It will not be sad. It will be a happy experience. And you'll be totally naked. Now, this is the place where guys...
First time.
And this is the place where... Did you shave and everything? You all set?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Now, this is the place where Gary tells me he'll be working with you. So you will be seeing Malika naked, won't you, Gary?
I'll report back to you, boo.
Have you been working out and everything? Are you in good shape?
Yeah.
Let me see. You're too uptight. How are you going to be able to take your clothes off in front of guys?
Are you sure you're not going to freak out and run off there?
I know. Sorry. She'll be right back, really. Amy's going to have to cover for me.
Will Gary be removing your clothes on stage? Will Baba Booey be doing that?
No.
He did that for me. No, I'm like kidding.
How about Polaroids? Will we be doing Polaroids?
Yeah.
You are?
I'll bring a Polaroid back for you.
So guys can come up to you and you will hold their leg naked?
Or no, they'll hold her leg.
All right, they're going to hold your leg naked?
Holding their leg.
That's what Amy does.
No, they hold.
For like $20.
Amy's like,
you see, you'll be holding.
You'll see.
Amy stands there totally naked, and guys stand online to take Polaroids with her, and then they like give her $20. They give her mom $20. Her mom takes the picture.
Your mom still do that? Your mom do that. She only did it the first couple times.
No, wait a second. What did you just say? No, your mom does
that was
it?
years ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's why she had a child. You remember, Mom wanted to retire.
All right, yeah, your kid's going to be taking the 20. All right. So for $20, you hand Amy's mom $20. She stands there naked. You do, and she takes a Polaroid, and she and a guy stands next to her totally naked. Gets to like Amy. You get to hold Amy's leg up.
The ones that you rub all the time.
Yeah, really.
No wonder you're rubbing your legs. Trying to rub the filthy scum off your legs.
Let's see what it looks
Amy's
like.
now
posing for
Yeah,
us.
like that. Like that.
Okay.
Guys get to do
naked.
that. But she's naked.
Look at Gary. What he's doing up to do.
It's real weird.
They get that ugly drunk face on.
Yeah, I know. And they think that Amy's going to be their girlfriend or something. Anyway. Because I know I did it twice. I thought she'd be my girlfriend.
Yeah, he came back with like 5 pictures.
Oh. It cost me $100.
I'll tell you one thing, Howard. I don't know what's sexier, watching Amy take the pictures or watching her count the money in the back room.
I think count the money.
Just kind of kill the mood. So will you stand naked next to guys and let them... Really?
Yes.
You get your magazines to sell?
Poor Sam.
Yeah.
Poor Sam. Malika's going to be...
What's wrong with it? It's fun. We're not doing anything wrong.
I don't know. Malika's going to be naked standing next to guys.
Sam would love it. I don't know if it would be next to guys you would want me with.
They're very secure here.
Well, he should have left you some dough. You wouldn't have to be doing this.
That's right.
That's right. All right, anyway, I want to thank Malika and Sabrina for coming in. Certainly, it's been a long time since we saw them. And good luck at Al's Diamond Cabaret Monday through Friday, this coming Monday, where Malika will be naked for lunch. Amy will also be there as well, taking her clothes off.
No, I'm not taking my clothes off.
Oh, you're not?
She's just going to support me.
You're just going to be up there?
Yeah, I'm helping.
Okay.
Coach.
You're going to be a coach.
Am I going to Cleveland?
I don't know
putting
yet.
you on the spot.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because if I am,
Gary's
I need
making
to
the
change
decision.
booking at JP Gator.
You're no fun.
It is fun. What do you want me to do?
There's no hijinks with you. You know what I mean? You're all
What do you
business.
want me to do?
I don't know. You're just there's no. Don't you feel like with Amy there's no fun?
Yeah.
Why?
You know what I mean, Jackie?
Well, they had you at a party once.
Oh, just
That
because
was
I let
many
men.
years ago.
And we couldn't even like touch her butt, and we couldn't even put oil on her buttocks without her slapping
What
us.
did she came in and danced and then she left, right?
Yeah, and she never
then
massages
started
anybody. And she
there.
never massaged anybody because she's too good to do
You
that
had
kind of stuff.
professional girls.
But then didn't
No,
she
we
come
didn't.
in to the Super Bowl party one year in here, and wasn't she better?
No.
No?
She always
never
sucks.
did that?
The highlight of Amy is always.
Howard.
It does. It's great to see her on stage stripping because she's so good looking, but she's too good looking for us because she's really not interested in us.
not.
She's not one of those girls who dies for us.
Uh-huh.
The highlight was when she did the oil dance at that Super Bowl party. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, and Neil
I
told me
heard
that
about
Amy
that.
wanted me to rub the oil on her butt, and I said, no, she doesn't.
No, I'm
She doesn't
saying
like
that
guys touching her, and then I go over and do it, and then she smacks me.
That was the highlight of our relationship with her.
laughing when I did that.
What?
I was laughing.
Oh,
when
yeah,
I
you
did
said,
that.
get your hand off
But
me.
she heard him.
That's some laugh. 2 times you did that to me. Howard, my ass.
Thank me some more on my birthday.
All right, anyway, listen, we'll see. Are you not bringing your kid to Cleveland, are you?
No, but I have to change the booking.
What?
I have a booking that needs to be changed.
All right, I'll get in touch with you tomorrow. I'll decide.
Okay.
All right.
If I go, I'll be at JP Gators on Wednesday instead of Thursday.
Okay, fair enough.
Did we plug everybody?
Yeah, can you guys stop plugging? It's making me nauseous. Every strip club's been mentioned in the country. All right, Robin.
People are getting confused on their schedule.
We'll take a break. We'll do some news.
And,
Have
never mind.
you guys been drinking or what?
I didn't know. She talks about it once in a while.
All right, listen. We'll
I don't know what they're talking about.
Girls, I can't understand your code. All right, I'm going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words. Thanks for coming by, you guys. I don't know. I think I want to get the news here, Robin.
Okay.
If you're ready.
Well, I'm sitting here. I'm just fascinated by the Rush Limbaugh wedding.
You know, what did he marry a young girl or?
I think she's in her 30s,
Yeah, it's amazing.
but still no pictures.
Yeah, big fat tub like that.
Only words. Trying to find out all I can, you know.
Someone told me she's not too good looking
Yeah?
because he has a bad self-image. And so what he does is like, this was a whole psychological review of the guy. I mean, I don't know how much credibility I'd put in this, but someone told me that she's not real good looking. And you know, here's a guy, he's on the radio, and as big a fat a tub as he is and as ugly as he is.
Women will
Women
fall for him.
Yeah, because I happen to know that women are into him because he's Rush Limbaugh.
They'll throw themselves.
I'm sure at the ceremony no one could see Clarence Thomas because
Yeah, they didn't know who was officiating because they couldn't see past
that big fat ass blocked off Clarence Thomas's face.
If it hadn't been at his house, nobody would have known.
Yeah. Clarence Thomas. Can you imagine? Supreme Court Justice marrying that big fat idiot? That's amazing. So the big thing that Clarence Thomas has done so far in the Supreme Court is marry Rush Limbaugh.
Only thing we've ever heard.
I guess he did write a good decision. I decide that this is a good wedding.
I decide to pronounce you man and wife.
I wonder what happens when Pumpkinhead farts. Like, does the room explode?
I think he sends out a warning so that people can clear out or hold on to something. It's like a hurricane.
All right. There'll be 10 seconds to go find a spot to hold on to. Rush needs to fart. Rush. What kind of name is that anyway? Rush. Is that a radio name or?
No, I don't know.
Well, wasn't his dad in radio? He gave him a radio name.
Yeah, his dad was in radio.
And, of course, Rush was a disappointment to his father because Rush went on the radio and sucked at it and never could figure out what to do with it until he heard me.
He starts, he starts off chirping about himself by saying he started off in radio when he was a teenager. Fails to tell you that it was his father's station.
Fails to tell you, too, that he had to get out of it because he sucked so bad.
Well, yeah, he went on and tried to do it on his own after Dad gave him a good start and wound up failing.
And, of course, after he failed, he was working in public relations and stuff. And then he happened to hear me on the radio and said, oh, like he could be a personality and talk about your beliefs and like so many other guys.
Let me take one more stab at it now that I know how to do it.
Yeah, let me take a stab. Oh, you can answer the phones and really like talk to people and, you know, maybe talk longer than a minute. And I don't have to spin records. And then I gave him a career And that was it. That's the Rush Limbaugh story. And now we got a good-looking girl.
In Jeannie Williams' column in USA Today, they say that he's on his honeymoon now. He's taking a whole week off from work.
Third marriage. He's going to beat Larry King soon.
So that he could honeymoon after this surprise marriage Friday night. Now, why it was a surprise, I guess nobody thought he'd ever get married.
It was a surprise that women could actually be attracted to that.
I guess that's the surprise.
Big fat ass. Can you imagine when he takes his clothes off on that wedding night? I mean, the reality is, hey, it's cool. I got a famous guy. He's got a lot of money. He wrote a book. It was a hit.
But then you got to deliver.
Yeah, and now you're naked, and you're probably in pretty good shape if you're an aerobics instructor.
Well, that's the bone of contention here. One of the guests at the wedding, Mary Madeline, says that the woman is not an aerobics instructor.
Who's Mary Madeline? Isn't she Jesus's?
That was Magdalene.
Oh. Mary Madeline, that's a pompous name.
This is that woman on CNBC.
Oh, is that the one who has the Miracles Cure?
No, Miracles Cure.
Yeah, the woman who interprets a book about miracles?
No. You're thinking of, what's her name? Marianne Williams.
Yeah.
Or Williamson or whatever her name is.
Some kind of guru?
No, this is Mary Madeline, that advisor to the Bush campaign, who married the advisor to the Clinton campaign and has the talk show on CNBC.
Oh. Is that his
and
body?
she's had Rush on her show, and she's had Imus on her show.
Yeah.
She's a very conservative woman.
Yeah, I don't know her.
Oh, you know her. You just aren't placing her right now. She used to work with that Jane Wallace. They had the two-woman show.
Did she ever take her clothes off in a club?
No, but
That's
she
why I
does
don't
have
remember
trouble crossing and uncrossing her legs on that show.
Why, is she fat?
No, she's not fat, but, you know, the camera angles often catch her in a gap-like position.
So do you ever see, like, Bush and stuff?
I don't go looking for stuff like that.
Because I'll tune in. You almost got me watching now. How's she look? Is she all right?
Well, she's another one of these women in politics who gets dubbed attractive.
Oh.
Because she works in the arena of politics.
See, that's why you got to go into politics. All of a sudden you become a sex pot if you can breathe. Compared to some of these women that go in. You know, when Bella Abzug was the only woman in politics, I guess anybody who looked halfway normal would have sex. Hey, anyway, So anyway, she was at the wedding, and she says this woman, Marta Fitzgerald, is not an aerobics instructor. She's an honors grad, summa cum laude, or laude, from the University of Northern Florida. Oh, that's a tough school to graduate summa cum laude. You have to show up to class in order to get an A. Yeah, you got to be tan to get in.
And she put herself through college with 2 kids, okay?
Wow.
This woman is very smart, very centered, and very pretty.
And very much in shock after seeing Rush naked.
She's very middle America.
You think he did her before the wedding just to see if they were sexually compatible?
Oh.
Well, Pumpkinhead has trouble crossing and uncrossing his legs because he starts a fire every time he does it.
He has trouble walking.
Quick, call the fire department. There's smoke coming out of Limbo's pants. No, but can you imagine the reality? Seriously, you've seen the size of the guy and that big fat head and everything. Can you imagine, like, hey, you're feeling good because you're marrying a guy who can support you, obviously, and...
Well, does that whole thing of a guy being powerful and famous keep going when the lights go down and he takes his clothes off?
Absolutely, because I know, like, I'm pretty famous and stuff, and I know my wife is repulsed by me.
Yeah, but you don't have the advantage of having met her when you were.
That's true.
So you could tell the difference.
Yeah, I just can't imagine, because I know, like, my wife, I mean, I'm in pretty good shape and stuff, and she's not that into me. I can't imagine what it's like for a woman. I don't care if, look, obviously she married him because he's famous. She would never look at this guy if he was not.
Well, she certainly wouldn't have been writing to him.
Yeah. Chances are they wouldn't have met when he was a public relations guy for some baseball team. So, failing in radio.
Remember, they met via computer.
I mean, how does a woman look at, like, a hippo nude and say that's for me? Unless she's a chubby chaser, and I doubt she is. I mean, the reality is now, after a week of being with this guy, that big, fat, smelly guy is going to be in the bed with you, and you got to climb on top of him and do stuff to him. I mean, and you got to do stuff to him.
You got to get worked up.
I couldn't get worked up over a big, fat, smelly chick, and I don't care if it's Roseanne Barnes. She's got $10 billion. And I guess if I was really desperate and I was going nowhere in life and I needed money, I guess I'd marry Roseanne. I'm low enough to do that.
So you think it's like the Tom Arnold?
But I know. I'd run into the bathroom and vomit. I mean, seriously. I mean, yeah. It is a
quickly,
Tom
you'd
Arnold.
have a second woman in there and try to convince her to marry her, too.
Right. I mean, I don't blame Tom Arnold for taking up with another woman. I really don't. But, I mean, you'd have to blindfold me and gag me, and I'd have to somehow pretend it was like... I mean, I could... All
right, I was thinking about this the other day. Let's cut the whatever and ask the question.
Cut through all the bull. Go ahead. Yeah.
If you were on a desert island, you know, everybody else is wiped out.
Don't even give me something as crazy as that. Give me this. I'm now 40 years old. I'm broke because I can't get anything going in my life.
Right.
Basically, the only job I can get is like real menial, and I'm going nowhere. I can't even support myself, let alone a family. Now,
you're never going to get anywhere.
Never getting anywhere. I'm Tom Arnold. Go ahead.
And Roseanne comes along.
Go ahead. I would marry her.
Are you sexed up?
No, I would marry her.
No. See, I need you on the desert island.
All right, put me on the desert island.
Desert island, there's no other woman on Earth.
The answer is no. I swear to you.
Are you sexed up?
No.
You would be.
I swear to you.
You would be in love with that bad body.
You know when I would be in love with her? After 5 years on the island when she couldn't eat anymore. And I got her in a diet of coconuts. And she's skinny. Well, my luck, a flab, she'd need one of those operations where they cut away the flab. Let me tell you something. The checkbook, money, and valuables would have to be in the bed next to us while I did her. So I'd have access to all of it.
You'd have to keep looking at the bottom line.
If I was desperate, would I marry Roseanne and fake it for 2 years? Yeah, I could probably do it, but I'll tell you something. I'd vomit every night. I don't even know that I could get it up. I got to be honest. I just don't know. I guess out of desperation I could.
I think you could. If you were getting nowhere and there was no possible chance, so you can't divorce yourself from your current life.
I would do it to a tree before I do it.
You're having the same luck with women that you had in college.
No, I couldn't. Let me tell you something. I had opportunities to be with fat women when I was in college, and I rejected them every time.
Because you kept thinking there was going to be something better around the corner. But after about 20 years of that.
No, asking me if I would make love to Roseanne on a desert island, it's like asking me if I'd make love to a guy on a desert island, and the answer to both is no.
All right.
I would like to see you in a situation.
There's the next question.
What?
Somebody's got a gun to your head.
Go ahead.
And there's a cute man.
Go ahead.
There's Roseanne.
All right, name the man. You got to name the man.
Fabio.
Let's say...
Fabio's not my type.
Grillo.
No. Oh, Grillo.
Ralph.
Jason Priestley.
All right, a choice between Jason Priestley...
A man that you find
what do I have to do to Jason Priestley? He's going to do stuff to me? Or I got to do stuff to him?
No, you have to do your thing.
Orally?
No, you have to do the act either to
him.
Roseanne or to a man.
All right. I have to do intercourse.
Okay,
all right. All right, hold on.
That's a tough one.
Let me think. The fact that I'm thinking about it is such an insult to Roseanne. I mean, the fact that I'm thinking about it.
Beautiful. The longer you take, the better it is.
You know, I got to be honest with you.
Yes.
This is an impossible situation, but if I have a gun to my head and I have
to do one or the other.
I would do Roseanne.
All right, let me put another guy in there.
All right.
Brad Pitt.
Nah, that's not my type.
All right, Tom Cruise.
I like some of those guys in Details magazine, some of the models.
Oh, I don't know any of them.
Like maybe some of them. No, I don't think I could get it going with a guy.
Another twist.
I really don't.
Richard Gere.
I don't care. I don't think I could get it for a guy. I really don't. I'm really not into that.
So it'd be Roseanne every time?
It would have to be.
What about a transsexual that was really gorgeous?
Tula.
No, I don't mean transsexual.
Transvestite.
Yeah, somebody who's still a guy.
Transvestite.
Beautiful.
The beautiful transvestite? I could do it with a transvestite. And she has breast implants?
Everything you want.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
So
yeah, better than Roseanne.
Anything short of a hairy.
All right. Well, let me finish up this stuff about Rush's wedding.
Well, wait. Let's continue when we get back. But you're a woman. Could you see yourself in the sack with
forget about it.
I mean, come on.
No, I couldn't do that.
He's vile. I mean, that's like a male Roseanne. I mean, that poor woman. Hey, she does
You don't look at him and think of sex, no.
I know what happens. You're sitting there and not much is going on, and you got 2 kids, life's a struggle, and suddenly you're with a very famous guy. He can take you out on the town. He takes you to great meals. But the reality is, when he takes off his underpants, there's a big, fat, bozo-looking, like a
sausage finger.
Big bologna-sized fingers. Each finger is the size of a bologna. And he's touching you, and he's doing things to you, and he's sweating.
It's all folds and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even, it's past the folds. What I have is folds.
He's got closets.
Yeah. I mean, he's got like lumps of fat in places people don't have it.
It's like stacked up.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's from Mars. You know what I mean? Like flattened out. And...
Yeah, I mean, when you're touching him, you don't even know if he can feel it.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
days.
seriously. A big, giant, smelly feet.
When does that message get to his brain?
Yeah.
Like a dinosaur.
And you know, when you're newlywed, man, the guy's going to expect a lot because he's attracted to you.
Oh, but he's huffing and puffing because he's all out of shape.
Yeah, he'd be
and
out
not only that,
getting undressed.
he's one of those guys that smokes cigars.
Ugh.
So he smells.
Yeah, it's like he smells, Joe.
On top of the sweat.
Yeah. I got to take a break. I'm going to vomit for that poor woman. Let's play a funeral, something depressing. Taps, anything for that woman.
We should send her something.
Yeah, we should send like a wreath to her.
Pray that her sex life dies.
Yeah. Pray that she gets... Dear Jesus, I pray for vaginal surgery. All right, we'll be back. Malika said she never stripped before, and someone just faxed me a whole layout where she stripped from a strip club. Cherry Magazine. Here she is stripping. Look. I know why is she saying she never stripped before? What's that all about?
Maybe that she started out that way, so it wasn't stripping.
Oh, you mean she walked out and didn't take any clothes off?
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe there's a definition of stripping that I'm not aware of.
Entertain the flesh-hungry crowd. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks... Oh, boy.
A lot going on there. She's not totally naked. She's wearing a G-string. That's it. But that's stripping to me. And what's the difference?
Wouldn't people prefer to see someone who knew what they were doing?
Yes. Oh, it's kind of that Gypsy Rose Lee thing. Like,
it's just a little misleading, Howard.
Get to see them the first time. They're all nervous.
How many of these are her?
I don't know. Who cares?
That one there is the only one that's really her.
No, what do you mean? That's her. That's her right there. That's her there. That's her there. And that's her there. There's 4 of them. That's her. What are you talking about? All right, anyway, you were talking about Rush Limbaugh's wedding.
Yes, I was trying to bring you into the ceremony, as it were.
Yeah. We were all getting nauseous. We had to take a break.
Taking it from Madeline, according to Jeannie Williams.
You realize if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be having any of this happiness in his life? That he would never have thought up what to do on the radio?
You never found this woman. I figured when you were saying you gave him a career, you also gave him this wife.
I gave him a life. I gave him money. And you know what? I never got a thank you note. But he knows deep in his heart, he knows what I'm saying is true. I can't get a reporter to print it, but he knows it's true. He knows it's true.
Well, Madeline was there along with her husband, James Carville.
James Carville?
Carville. He's not the Carvel man.
Cookie bump.
They were at the ceremony at the home of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. She says it got pretty soppy.
Oy.
She says
because Rush was sweating?
She says the most poignant thing was that the couple seems to have been transformed by each other.
Yeah.
Maybe the woman is a little bit flatter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they were transformed.
They were so intense and committed when they exchanged vows. Which I think they largely wrote themselves. Oh, boy.
Oh, what are they? Do you know?
No, she didn't recite them.
What a wimp.
It was so moving.
He wasn't at my wedding, so he doesn't know how to do a wedding.
She says she was crying, her husband was all choked up, and so was Bill Bennett, who was the former education secretary, and his wife, and both moms, of course.
Well, here's 2 people that have all been through this 3 times already, and they're all choked up.
Well, they're wondering if this is the last.
My dear sweetheart, I will love you until I explode.
I will love you more than food.
It'd be great if he had like a heart attack and dropped dead now and she just took all his money. Wouldn't that be a great story? Yeah, I've only been married a week. I only had sex with that fat slob for a week, and now I have all his money. Stupid idiot probably didn't even sign a prenuptial agreement. He's so in love.
Well, I would like to get the ins and outs of all of this. Marta wore a cream lace mid-calf length gown.
Jackie's wearing one of those today.
Her children, a boy and a girl, in the 10 to 13 age range. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows anything. It's all
We're
very
there.
hush-hush. It's very secretive.
Nobody seems to know where the couple is going to live.
In hell. They're actually living in Gary's apartment building. Is where
Rush
they're living.
has a New York condo.
Imagine Rush Limbaugh with all his money lives in Gary's apartment building in a $90,000 condo with all his money. There's a guy who wants to punish himself.
He's staying put there, or in the town at least. But they say with 2 kids, it might be a tight squeeze, even though Rush has said he loves kids.
Tight squeeze. It's a tight squeeze if he's in the room alone.
Can you imagine marrying somebody with 2 kids and you have no idea where your children are going to be?
Yeah, well thought out. Well, it doesn't matter. She's already got him roped in. That poor elevator in Gary's building keeps breaking down, too. It's Rush, his wife, and the 2 kids. It used to break down when it was just him.
So they say it could be real estate in the future, and the journalist Marta will be job hunting.
Yeah.
A journalist, so she couldn't do this for a little career advancement.
Marta Limbaugh.
Hello, this is Marta Limbaugh. I would like a meeting.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be like Mrs. Larry King.
Yeah,
she was taking
won't ever
meetings.
give up the name.
She was taking meetings the first day. This is Mrs. Larry King. She still calls herself Mrs. Larry King.
Yeah, she would not give up that name, even though the marriage lasted about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think he tried to get her to give up the name. She wouldn't. She's now Mrs. Larry King.
And happy about it.
Yeah, that's a real prize name. Boy, I'd hide from the hills if that was my name, Mrs. Larry King. It's like 9 of them running around.
Yeah, why would you want that name?
Miss Yana, Mrs. Larry King. She was just in here a minute ago.
There's more Mrs. Larry Kings than Smiths. People, even when they go to a hotel with their mistresses, they register as Mr. and Mrs. Larry King.
Could be. But you mentioned the heart attack thing, and I was thinking about it. It's kind of embarrassing. You know, Penny Marshall had that scare over the weekend.
She had like gas.
Yeah, but it's always embarrassing when that happens.
Sure it is.
You'd rather have had the heart attack.
I know. You feel like a fool.
Because then everybody's wondering, what the heck did you eat to cause you that much pain?
I get pains like that. I think she probably looked in the mirror, got scared.
Oh.
Just kidding.
So now she's thinking of having a bit of a healthier lifestyle to kind of avoid situations like that. Apparently the diet's not so great, and she's still smoking cigarettes.
She's pretty skinny, though, right, Robin?
She's not heavy.
Probably got a little belly on her. Pull down those panties, that big belly.
I thought it was interesting that she still had to go and do the Tonight Show. I don't know what they did. I wondered if Jay was going to talk to her about this rush to the hospital.
I don't want to bring it up. If it's embarrassing to her or controversial in any way, I like to avoid it. What's up, Doc?
So anyway, she's all better. Just a little heartburn.
Right.
But can you imagine, now your parents are pretty healthy.
Yeah.
They've never had any of these scares where they've been rushed to the hospital or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you don't imagine that any of that's going to happen to you.
I actually, every once in a while, scream that I'm having a heart attack because I get...
Are you kidding?
Well, when I have a lot of gas and I can't fart because like women and stuff around, I think I'm having a heart attack because I get like chest pains.
Are you kidding?
No, but and every once in a while I go to my wife, I think I'm having a heart attack, and she goes, just lay down and pass gas. She knows me already. I do a lot of stuff like that. I always tell my wife I think I'm dying and I'm not going to live a long life, and I get so real like weepy and stuff. So it's cool. I like to torture her.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm very much into being dramatic in front of her.
Oh.
She knows it too. She loves it. Cause, you know why I love it? Because she takes it seriously. That means I'm doing a good performance.
You're just seeing if you can convince her. Huh?
Yeah. You know, and I talk about how I can't take it anymore, and I'm going to drop dead very soon, and how I'm going to get cancer. And sometimes I even show her what I'm going to look like dead.
So no wonder she doesn't want to have sex with you. She thinks you'll croak.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Well, you want to open Jackie's will?
Jackie O?
Yeah.
Martling, I know I'm not in it. I got a better chance of being in Jackie O's will.
Oh, well, it's time to see which of the tabloids was right about what Jackie was doing with her fortune.
Well, what is she doing?
She's leaving everything basically to the kids.
Yeah.
And everybody already knew that. But it doesn't really state how much she's worth, this will of hers. And she worked on it a couple of months before she died on May 19th, so it was pretty up to date.
She wanted that money. She even slept with Onassis for that money.
So you'd think that she probably spent a lot of time thinking about what to do with it after she was gone. She worked hard for it.
She did something really stupid, though.
What?
When a wealthy person like that dies, who has assets of somewhere around, they say maybe as high as anywhere between $20 and $100 million.
20? They're saying $200 million.
Really?
I don't know where you get this 100.
Newspaper, 20 to 100, they say.
Well, I see here it could have been as much as $200 million.
Wow. Well, anyway.
Maybe more.
She came out of the Onassis marriage with about $26 million. And this guy, Maurice Templesman, who I'm trying to get on the phone, so he can make me some money.
You want him to take your little nest egg and work it into something?
I'll run off with him and live with him. Just take it. He evidently was in the diamond business and just made her a fortune.
Yes, that's what they say.
And it's funny. She's a woman, like we said. Like, could you make love to Roseanne for her money? And I said, I don't know. I guess I could, but it would be really hard. She went and married Aristotle Onassis, is another one of those guys you look at, a real old, wrinkled, ugly guy. She married him for his money. I mean, it was pathetic. He looked like a troll with glasses, big black Henry Kissinger glasses. And kind of glasses you could fry ants with.
He's
multiply.
Cooking things on the yacht.
Yeah, right.
That yacht.
Yeah, if you ever got strapped like on Gilligan's Island, he could cook.
Make it into a telescope.
Right. Yeah, you could, hey, look at the eclipse through Aristotle's glasses. See Mars on a good night. So the thing is, you take this woman who worked so hard for this money, and really her motivation, they say, was that she didn't want to be the poor relation in the Kennedy thing. She didn't want her kids to be the poor relation. And yet in her will, she did something very unusual.
Well, I haven't even told anybody what the will says. The kids are going to split $500,000. They're each going to get $250,000, and the principal from a trust fund established by Jackie, or for Jackie, by JFK.
Right.
They're also going to inherit her Massachusetts retreat in Martha's Vineyard and the 15-room apartment here in Manhattan.
What about the $200 million?
With all of its possessions. Now, the $200 million or whatever else she's worth is going to go into a charitable trust. The C&J, Caroline and John Foundation. And Maurice Templesman and a couple of other people have been given control of bequests to charities from this organization.
Oh, great. So they can give it all to charity?
Well, I guess they'll give little grants and stuff like that. They're not really going to give away a lot of money.
Right,
but
it goes to Caroline and John.
Right. No, it doesn't really go to Caroline and John. I'm sure they're going to be well taken care of. But 24 years from now, the trust will be dissolved and the money will go to her grandchildren.
So she really didn't give a lot of money to her kids, did she?
No. Doesn't sound that way to me.
No, I mean, what you're telling me is that they get $250,000 apiece, plus some crap that she wrote in her stupid book. You know, she sat there and made notes.
They got all her private papers.
And then she says to him, please, out of respect to me, don't release these books until after you're dead.
But she's making it tempting.
No, please. if that old bag had left $250,000, I'd release those right now. Can you imagine my mother did that to me?
You'd be having an auction.
Oh, for Christ's sake. So what I'm saying, the unusual thing is, too, you can sit down with a lawyer, and there are certain ways through, manipulations while you're alive, you can make it so that a lot of tax money isn't taken out of your...
Right, you can avoid a lot of probate.
Yeah, inheritance tax, too, all that stuff. And yet she chose not to do any of that. She's going to give over 50% of this fortune to Uncle Sam, which is really kind of a weird move, It's like, you don't want your kids to have too much money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why, Jackie? You want them sleeping with guys like Aristotle Onassis?
They should have to work.
Yeah. Well, Jackie, you didn't.
Everything shouldn't be handed to them on a platter.
Yeah, meanwhile, everything in life was handed to her on a platter. Nice Jackie O impression.
Coming to you from the grave.
And how much was in the trust fund that JFK left to the kids?
They don't say.
Yeah. Boy, if that was my mom, I'd kick her in the grave. I'd dig her up just to smack her.
I say, how much are they going to rattle those bones?
Meanwhile, Julian Lennon's on a ledge.
At least they were mentioned.
Yeah.
She did say in the will that she has great affection for her sister Lee.
Princess Lee Radziwill?
Yes.
Princess Lee Radziwill.
Who was given nothing.
That's affectionate.
The will said, because she had already done so. So apparently she was doling out stuff before she left. You know, she didn't want to have to give things to people in a will. She gave them a lot of stuff before she
she evidently
hit the dust.
keeps some dough on Princess Lee Radziwill. But you think anybody who achieved the status of a princess would have some dough?
Bequesting some things to the Ross children and others. So I guess she gave out a few handouts here and there, but not a lot.
Interesting. I think she handles her way. I think the way I would handle it if I had $200 million. I'd make my sister happy, but I don't want to have too good a time when I drop dead, and I don't want my kids having too good a time when I drop dead.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting that you should say that, because there's an article also in the money section of USA Today about Bill Gates, the guy who owns Microsoft.
Yeah, he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, they put him up in the billions. You know, they say he's got about $8 billion.
What's he going to do with all that?
Microsoft stock.
Right.
Now, he just wants you to know, first of all, that that's paper money. That's not real money.
Right.
That's some calculation people make, because he owns the stock.
Yes.
And it's all multiplication when you start talking about his money.
Believe me, he owns it. So take the paper and flush it down the toilet. See what he says.
But he does say, now this will floor you. Just imagine that you wind up winning that birth lottery and your dad is Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And he's worth billions of dollars.
And what does he say?
And then you hear him say, you know what? When I'm about 50, I'm going to give most of my money away. Because I don't want to burden my children with anything like that.
Yeah, don't burden them with that. Why should you burden them with that? Like, no one else could handle this money but Bill Gates. What a dick. That's such a passive-aggressive
Isn't he the guy that got married on a Hawaiian island and rented out every single hotel room on the island?
Yeah.
He didn't want his kids to be too crazy.
Yeah, why should they be happy? Well, he hasn't had kids yet.
He hasn't, and I thought maybe that will change his mind.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Bill Gates' kid will be waiting on me at a table. You know what I mean?
Man.
Next to Princess Norris. I'll be waiting on me on a table. I'll say, hey, Gates, get me some spaghetti. This time make it hot, you bastard. No tip. Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to leave him destitute.
What you want?
But he's going to break up the $8 billion, apparently.
These nitwits. They work their asses off to make some money. The people that they could please in their life is their children.
He says he's going to give about 95% of it away.
Well, if he has sons, I can understand. I have daughters. I'm not giving them a dime.
Oh, stop that.
Because you know who's going to get their hands on it? Some schlub they married.
Well, you're going to protect them.
Of course. From the grave, I'll have a hand in that will. I've already got I got it all worked out. If I have 10 cents to my name when I drop dead, that 10 cents is protected. My wife can't touch it. She's not going to marry some creep. And you know it's going to be a creep, because my wife's going to be the world's biggest sucker. She believes everyone. Some really good-looking guy's going to, quote-unquote, fall in love with her. We don't need a prenup.
Where will she meet this guy?
We don't need a
somebody
prenup.
Bring him to her?
I don't want anything from you. I don't want a prenup. That'll be the guy's rap. And even if he has to sign a prenup, he'll get it out of her in the marriage. He'll give her sex a little bit, and he'll talk about how he wants to start a business. And she'll and, hey, honey, if you love me, you'll help me.
But do you imagine her sitting on a bar stool waiting for some guy to come?
Oh, no. They'll all come to her.
Yeah?
It'll be big news when I drop dead.
So they'll be looking for her.
Yeah, and I left insurance money so that I took out an insurance policy like every other guy does. And I want that money being there for my kids so they don't have to go out and hook for a living.
Or strip.
Or strip like Malika. God. Believe me, after I die, they'll be fighting over the red tape for decades. You wait and see. I got it set up so perfect. My hand from the grave is so powerful. You wouldn't believe it. I got some really close guys I know who are as vindictive as I am.
Yeah?
Who will be orchestrating the insurance money, where she has to go to them for the money.
So basically, she's going to be Lucy.
Robin,
going to Mr. Mooney.
Let me put it to you this. Oh, worse than that. She's going to have to go to 12 Mr. Moonies.
Oh. And convince them all?
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
My loopholes will have loopholes. Oh, man, I spared no expense when it came to writing of the will. And I went and did it myself. I didn't even bring my wife in.
You didn't bring her? She doesn't know what it says?
She would have been furious. She don't know what's going on. She don't even know what's going to hit her. Then, she's going to have money for the kids and for where she lives. But if you think there's going to be any treats in her life...
Any lay-around money.
Oh! My money will be laid out like a treasure map with a scrap in every country. Till she gets her hands on it, she'll be an old woman. By then, she couldn't even have sex. Because you know what will happen? She'll be ruined. So some good-looking guy will be doing her. He's going to clean her out. She's going to be destitute. It's just, I know her.
You don't believe she could find another guy who would love her?
No. Not at her age.
Oh, you're terrible.
Listen, she's no spring chicken anymore. Right? I got a 40-year-old wife now. I married her at 24. I got a 40-year-old wife.
Hard to sell, huh?
Listen, she's been around the block.
She got to go to the glue factory.
That's right. Oh, no, I'm protecting her. I care about, I really love her.
But if she had to be sold, she'd be glue, huh?
Well, you answered that.
Oh, I'm just going by what you're saying.
Listen, she's a great woman, but she has no idea. All of a sudden she'll be like, wow, I really should have gotten divorced from that big a-hole for a long time because all these good-looking guys
Look at who
want
I'm
me.
getting now.
Yeah. Believe me. I'll have her hypnotized. Every week she'll go to the hypnotist. If a guy says investment capital to her, she involuntarily kicks him in the nuts. You wait and see. So I got it all set up. I sat down with this lawyer, top guy. And he sat down with me and says, all right, how do you want to handle it with the insurance?
And they'll put anything you say in there.
Oh, yeah.
They like working out these machinations.
Hey, this guy's married, too. He knows what to do.
Oh, yeah, he was enjoying this.
Yeah.
Gave him a few ideas.
Yeah, I got a few tips from Wayne Siegel. He's the guy who clued me into this guy.
Oh, no.
I got his lawyer. He's got it so wrapped up, his wife won't see money till the year 2050. Yeah, she'll be polishing Porsches for a living. So, oh, yeah, you got a whole thing worked out. So, because these women, they don't know these guys. They don't know how seedy guys are. You have to protect them. Even from the grave, you have to protect them.
That's very sweet of you, Howard.
So, any of you guys thinking of marrying my wife? We'll see.
You're just warning everybody to leave her alone.
Hey, go ahead. You can date her. You can have fun. Go ahead. But don't plan on marriage. If you want any money.
If your only object is to go where Stern has been.
Yeah, then go for it. Go for it. I've been there. You could probably go a lot further than I did.
You can charge some new territory.
You'll pass me after about an inch.
And get to the unused part.
Hey, look, I'm where old Stern was. But, boy, don't be looking for no money there. There's no gold in those hills. I got it all worked out. My children will be provided for.
Not in great luxury?
Yeah, so you better fall in love with my wife.
Survive pregnancy?
Oh, yes, of course. I know I didn't break anything. I know there's no accidents there when I was with her. She must have done it riding a horse. Hey, have a party.
Well, here's some other interesting news. Today...
You don't want to know how I did it?
What? Did what?
How I get control from the grave?
All right, go ahead.
Very simple, and guys, you ought to look into this, because you're going to leave your wife some insurance money. You specify in your will a group of people who will be in charge of this insurance money. And there's an allotment made for house payments and for payments to your children.
That's all taken care of.
It's all taken care of and their needs. But if there's
But how do you determine that all that money goes to your children?
Very easily. I'm glad you asked that. If my wife wants a pair of socks for the kids, she's got to go to the board of 12. Then it's determined that she can have funds for the socks. If we hear anything frivolous, and there'll be people watching, where if the socks were bought, please. My will is more ironclad than the loftiest knight going into battle. So in other words, Robin, let's say you're my wife, and I'm dead, and now I have insurance money coming in.
Yes.
You need shoes and supplies for the kids who are starting school.
Yes.
All right.
And they're getting older, so mind you, they're going to need lots of clothes.
But also you want some bubble bath because you haven't been feeling great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like a few
all right.
luxuries.
So now you have to justify shoes. Okay, shoes, we say, okay, kids need shoes. All right, they look like they need it. They need school books, no problem. I need bubble bath. Oh, bubble bath, luxury item. Is that for the kids? No, it's for my personal toilet.
I couldn't say it was for the kids.
Oh, if you say for the kids, there'll be people watching to make sure those kids use that bubble bath and not you. Better yet, let's say you meet up with, let's say you take up with Troy Roberts, the CBS newscaster. Let's use him as an example. And Troy decides he wants to start his own little news consulting business, but he needs about $50,000 in cash to start it. And since the insurance money is well over $100,000, he wants, he wants to start his new business.
Yeah. And he's approached me about investing in his business?
And he's pressuring you. He's really good looking. You see, he's a serious guy. He really loves you. He's been with you for 3 years. Oh, it's no problem, Troy. All we have to do is ask the board of 12. What that, baby?
But is that Troy you're
yes.
doing
You know that's how he talks when he's on TV. Troy, no, it's not up to me. I don't control my own money. Where the door so I can leave? What do you mean? I got to be free?
To beat feet.
All right. Whatever. Oh, let me tell you something. You'd have an easier time convincing these 12 guys that Joel Rifkin was innocent than you'd get money for Troy Roberts' news consulting business. Yeah, but I need new braids. I'm not attractive to men. Hey, cut up a rug.
I don't have to get braids anymore.
Oh, that's your own hair right now?
Yes.
No, it's not.
It's going to be like this. I'm never getting braids again.
Is that your own hair? That is not your own hair.
This stays. It's permanent.
What?
This is permanent.
Hold it a second.
Now we're off the news.
Now we're into
hair.
All right, forget your hair. Let's go.
That's
go ahead.
right.
All right. You're right.
I don't need any money for braids.
Good. You're not getting any.
There's a new book out, Howard, called To Your Health. 2 physicians explore the health benefits of wine. Boy, there's a book in that. But anyway.
Judas Regan will buy anything.
Yeah. They say in this book, these 2 physicians, that if you drink a glass of wine a day, if that's your practice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That there's no need to stop that.
See?
Even if you get pregnant.
Of course not.
But you realize that people have been saying for years that they have not gotten any evidence that says any amount of alcohol is safe during pregnancy.
What's the point of drinking 1 glass of wine? You want to get a good buzz going. You know what I do? I know you're allowed 1 glass of wine a day, so I drink all 7 of my glasses one day, and then I don't drink for the rest of the week. It's the same difference.
They say there's no reason, and now it's caused a furor.
Zafia.
In the medical business. They're saying this is ridiculous. It's going to cause women confusion. We spent years and a lot of time and effort convincing people that drinking should not be done during pregnancy, and here these 2 guys come along, and a glass of wine a day isn't going to hurt you. But they're, the experts are saying you can't really say that. There is no evidence to back that up.
Listen, everything in moderation. That's the rule.
But the point is there's something called fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah, I have that. What about a wine enema? Would that hurt you? No? Do you absorb the wine? No?
All
you know what
I know is in fetal alcohol syndrome, you wind up with a retarded child, possibly.
Oh, that's not good.
Baba Booey.
You can love the innocent. Those are more the retarded are more loving than regular children.
So if you want to risk that, I guess you go ahead and have your glass of wine a day.
You'll always know where your kid is.
Oh, stop. At the end of the leash.
Yeah. In the institution. I'm not taking care of him. You know what I do?
It's only a low IQ, Howard.
I have a way around it. For people who really like to drink, that's depressing news. You can only have a glass of wine a day. So what you do is you get a glass from the set of The Amazing 50-Foot Woman. And that's your glass of wine.
It's only a glass a day.
Yeah. I drink 1 glass. I'm suing those guys. I got 12 retarded children.
Wash my breath.
Drink on.
Drink wine. What can tell?
What else?
You'll be happy to hear that the Rodney King jury finally came up with a verdict.
Finally came to their senses, you mean?
Well, they gave Rodney $3.8 million from the city of Los Angeles. They did find that 2 of the officers acted with malicious intent, but didn't give him any money, didn't award him any money and damages from them. And then they let off the other guys.
Right.
There was another police officer who had countersued Rodney King, saying that King had hit him. They also found in his favor that, yes, Rodney King did batter you, but we're not going to give you any money from him either. So after 11 days, that was their decision. Rodney King, yes, did have some problems with the police, but he gets no money from them.
I would like a lawyer to step forward now. We came up with this yesterday, and sue Rodney King in the name of the people of Los Angeles for $3.8 million because he drove down the street threatening the lives as he drove drunk. I think MAD ought to look into this, Mothers Against Drunken Drivers. They ought to press a lawsuit for him driving drunk and endangering the citizens of Los Angeles. What do you think of that?
I think it's very valid.
Damn right.
Speaking of that, 2 men in Tampa have filed a lawsuit against Paula Jones, the woman who is suing President Clinton for sexual harassment.
Really? Now, why are they suing her?
They are suing Paula Jones because of a malicious act. They say her suit against the president interferes with the business of government.
Oh, for goodness sake. Listen, do you see what's going on with these lawyers? There were lawyers
who did this.
I mean, come on.
They want $27 million in punitive damages.
Well, so do I. Just got no one to sue. I'm going to sue them for suing her.
They say the welfare of the United States should not be endangered by the selfish interests of one person using the court system as a tool to make money.
Do you know that 1 out of 7 people, when you walk down the street, I want you to look at 7 people, 1 out of those 7 all have lawsuits pending, either against them or there's pending lawsuits against someone else? Do you realize how out of control this country is, that no one can get anything done? And Vice President Quayle said it best. I hate to say it. He said, no. He said, it's obviously someone in the Bush administration gave him this as an issue, because I think most of us favor it, that whenever a lawsuit is filed and it's found to be frivolous, the attorney who files it should have to pay the person who is being sued all the court costs and all the lawyer costs to defend it.
The attorney or the client?
The attorney.
Mm.
And the client.
Because, you know, if you just make it the client's responsibility, the lawyers will continue to file.
Well, that's right. I say the lawyer will be responsible. Because lawyers now just take cases. They're all, like, hungry. You ever see Biafrans with the flies around their head and they all fight when the U.S. drops the food in a bag, the care bags, and the Biafrans all jump all over each other, and one person's flies mix with the other person's flies, and it's like sometimes they kill each other trying to get the food. That's what lawyers are like. There are so many law schools in this country. They don't limit the amount of lawyers like they do doctors. Doctors are limited. The AMA keeps it low, so that's why even in rural areas they don't have doctors. They should give you millions of doctors so they lower the cost of medicine. Instead of giving you millions of doctors, they give us millions of lawyers. Something we don't need. And there's an unlimited amount of lawyers, and they all went to law school, and they all thought when they were going to law school they were entitled to millions of dollars in fees. They were going to be, like, rich. And now they're making $13,000 a year, and they don't understand. They think society owes them a living, so now they are creating more and more lawsuits. Lawyers feeding off people's misery. They actually buzz around piles of duty like flies, looking for an accident to happen.
But this is the silliest lawsuit I've ever heard of. Now that this is being entertained, that you could walk into a lawyer's office and the lawyer says, yeah, I'll take that case. It's disgusting.
Duty has less flies than lawyers.
Anyway, they say here that Paula Jones is also about to go very public. She's going to be making TV appearances to discuss her side of the case. A spokesperson for her says that she's going to start speaking for herself.
She should be caned.
She's also put together a legal defense fund. She's collecting funds to help her finance her lawsuit against the president.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So not only does she want money from the president, she wants money from other people to pay for getting it.
She turned down $700,000
from
the Rolanda show. They wanted to hook Paula Jones to a lie detector for $700,000, put her on TV for an hour, hook her to a lie detector, and ask her questions.
And what did you say?
No. And she's smart. I'll tell you why. Those lie detectors are full of it. They don't work. I know. I was a victim of one of them.
Well, you're not a good candidate. Let's say that. I don't know what your problem is.
I whined through the whole test. it hurt so bad when they wrapped that thing around you. No wonder I couldn't answer a question straight. They wrap a blood pressure thing around your arm, and it hurts.
It's got to be tight to make the reading.
And they do it for like a half hour, and you're dying. And they strap you, and it's, oh, my God, you think you're going to get electrocuted.
Well, suffice it to say, you went into the room to try to prove that you hadn't tongue-kissed Jessica Hahn on the TV show.
And I still swear I didn't.
And the lie detector found that you were lying when you said you had not.
Well, that was bogus, because I never tongue-kissed her. I didn't even come close. I was not lying, and that thing said I was lying.
Well, why would it
Because
it
it's not
register
accurate.
what you really wanted to do, as opposed to what you did?
Do I know? That's why it's not admitted as evidence in court. It's not accurate. I was framed.
Anyway, let's move along. A Seattle federal court judge yesterday ordered the National Guard there to reinstate a highly decorated colonel who was discharged because she was a lesbian. This woman had an exemplary record, had won a medal for distinguished service in Vietnam. Then one day, and I don't know what kind of a situation, I always wonder how these things come up. Because here she had been serving all along, nobody had bothered her.
Right.
And then I guess in some kind of an evaluation or something, she told an investigator she was emotional in nature toward women.
What does she look?
So horny.
What does she look like? Do they have a picture?
Yeah, a typical military woman. She looks like General Schwarzkopf.
Does she? And she said that she was partial to women?
She said she was emotional in nature toward women. I wouldn't have known what that meant.
I was like, oh, what?
But the court found that she was discharged from the military simply because
she
admitted that she was lesbian. So I guess this will have bearing on that situation with the military where right now gays can be in the military, they just can't say anything about it. The court taking a dim view of that whole idea. This is sad news. Ricardo Samitier Jr., do you remember him?
Wonderful man. He is the doctor who invented how to make penises larger.
Yes, not larger in length, but in
girth.
Circumference, girth.
Large is large, Robin, and I hail him.
Well, he was also known as Dr. Lips. I didn't know that.
Yes, he was Dr. Lips. That man was so good at kissing. Dr. Lips, yeah. No, he used to do the lips, the collagen.
That's right. He used to give women fuller lips.
Yes.
He was convicted in Miami on Tuesday of manslaughter.
Can't believe it.
In the death of a lounge singer who bled to death during an operation to tighten his tummy and enlarge his penis. Oh, stop it.
You know, we had that guy on our TV show.
Yes.
That
live
was a
and
great
immersive.
segment. Oh, I wish we could show that again. We had that guy sitting there.
In the Lex, or the... What's the guy's name? From Silence of the Lambs?
I don't know. We had this guy, Dr. Samitier, come on our show. And he brought one of his patients, but the patient didn't want his face shown, so we put him in one of those those metal masks from Hannibal Lecter masks.
Right, there you go. Hannibal Lecter.
And it was like real weird. It was really funny, and I was like the star of an infomercial. It was a really good sketch, but it was real. I mean, I even showed penis diagrams.
Yeah, and we had the guy and his girlfriend on to talk about the after effects of the surgery. That guy looked fine.
So now you're saying that Dr. Samitier, the man
That
on
same one and the same, the same doctor who did our show
Going to
has
prison.
been convicted of manslaughter charges in the death of a lounge singer who bled to death during an operation to tighten his tummy and enlarge his penis.
She's trying to make the penis bigger, that's all, Rob.
Sam Pierre was only 37 years old, is only 37 years old. He was charged with negligence in taking Claudio Martel as a patient because he had an enlarged heart, wore a pacemaker, and was on blood-thinning medication.
Wow.
Yes, he shouldn't have done that operation.
Just not.
One operation too many.
A lot of people risk everything for a bigger penis.
Could it have been that big a deal? John Wayne Bobbitt is not entitled to a court-appointed financial guardian to sort out his money woes.
You didn't even answer the question.
What?
The dead guy, is his penis bigger? Did he have time to enlarge it?
I don't know if he finished the operation.
Oh, yeah. What kind of story is that? You don't have the ending?
If you were dead, would you care?
I'm just curious. Did he have a bigger penis? Yeah. What has his tummy?
I think the guy started to have problems.
Right at the beginning?
During surgery.
Wow.
But I don't know if they ever finished the operation.
All right.
John Wayne Bobbitt is not going to have a financial guardian appointed by the court. There was some question as to whether John Wayne was smart enough to handle his own financial affairs.
1 VVV 2
But a judge in Buffalo says we can't help him. They say that John Wayne, of course, who had his penis cut off by his wife a year ago, has experienced a big increase in income, but he's also had a lot of outlays over the past year. The income estimates range from $139,000 to $500,000, and one statement puts his debt at $240,000.
So let's see. That's BBBBIO to BBBBB.
Now, this is a pretty simple guy. How did he get debts of $240,000? Well, there was the surgery, I guess.
You needed a lot of BBB.
And the legal fees. I suppose that does mount.
Yeah, don't forget the BBB.
So anyway, it's always interesting to see what's going on. One of your favorites, I'm sure you're going to be reading this book, Barbara Bush is writing her autobiography.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be real honest.
Well, she says it's not going to be a kiss and tell book.
Because who did she kiss?
She's going to stick to her family and her kids.
Fascinating. Was there a centerfold shot?
17 pictures in all. Can't wait to see those, I'll bet.
Is she shaving any of them?
Yes, her beard.
Her beard. They should, you know what? If I was the editor of that book, I'd insist that each page be wrinkled like Barbara Bush. I'll remind you.
So now, as I told you yesterday, Janice Pennington is coming to the aid of Bob Barker in the war of words, quite frankly, right now, that is going on between Diane Parkinson and Bob Barker, the host of The Price is Right.
Diane won't get on the phone with us.
She won't? She decided not to? Why
I have her
not?
home phone number, too, but I'm not going to call it. Because she doesn't want to speak to us. I wish I could just console her in person. I feel bad for her, and I want to console her.
Parkinson is demanding $8 million in damages. That's a lot of damages.
No, she's not going to win. She has no case. I love her, but I don't know what she's up to
How
here.
do you know what happened?
I know. I could tell.
Well, this Pennington woman says that it was obvious to everyone that Diane was pursuing Bob in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see anything on the set, but there was a little eye contact, a little innuendo. In the show's dressing room, in full view of others, Parkinson would come over, sit on Bob's lap.
And I know that feeling. I can't blame Bob.
Barker has admitted to having sex with Parkinson, but says it was a case of two middle-aged consenting adults having sex.
Now, there's the first lie. I know Bob's not middle-aged. I don't even know that Diane's middle-aged.
Pennington says Parkinson started the affair to gain leverage in a nasty feud she was having with Pennington. So apparently the two girls were arguing, so I guess according to Janice, Diane was seeking Bob's allegiance to her.
Can you believe on that stupid show
in
there
the
was
fight between these two models?
This is The Price is Right we're talking about. Bob Barker has to go out and just, host the show. Those two have to stand there and point.
Wave.
Yeah, wave and point to products and look sexy. The two of them hated each other. Bob's having an affair with one of them. I mean, the dullest show ever, The Price is Right, it's a better show going on backstage than what's going on in front of the camera.
They should have flipped the set.
Yeah, flip the set so you can see what's going on behind the scenes with Bob doing Diane.
Man.
Janice and Diane fighting.
Janice having things drop on her head and suing the company. I mean, it was like the greatest backstage ever.
They probably argued who got the sexier outfits to wear. There was probably a lot.
This is a show where people should have been saying, thank God I'm working. Otherwise, I would be standing around pointing at things and not getting paid. I point all day. No one pays me. It's unbelievable. That's what I mean, why the world will never be one. People are looking for turmoil. All you'd have to... Imagine you got a job. They said to you, listen, you're a very pretty, attractive woman. Why don't you go stand over there next to that car and point to it, and when you're done, I'm going to give you a lot of money, and you go home. So what you would do is you point to the car, and you go home and have a simple life. No. They're fighting with each other. Janice doesn't like this one. Diane doesn't like Janice. Bob's having an affair with Diane. Diane says it's sexual harassment. Meanwhile, the sets are falling down on top of the models. They're suing their own Price is Right company. One of them gets married. Her husband turns out, goes off into the Himalayas with the CIA. Disappears forever. She can't figure... What the hell is all this? These should be the most easygoing people in the world.
Happy people.
Happy people. Now, I got reason to be miserable. These should be happy people. They don't have to create anything. You don't even have to think up anything to do.
All you have to do is look pretty
and point.
Stand there.
For God's sakes, if no one's happy on this, how could anyone be happy on the planet if these people aren't happy?
There is no hope.
There's no hope for anyone who actually has to work for a living. Thank you, Jackie.
And Julian Lennon is...
You know a lawn jockey is more talented than anyone who has to point at things, and yet...
Look at how long he holds his hands up. Those
Right.
girls are always dropping.
Never
theirs.
bitches.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Julian Lennon is tired of waiting for Yoko Ono to come to her senses.
I'm so tired of waiting for Yoko to come to her senses.
Reports out of London say that the son of the legendary Beatle is threatening to sue his stepmother, Yoko Ono.
Of course. You should have done it a long time ago. Kid's entitled to some dough.
John Lennon left a will that was something of a mess, they say here in Neil Travis's column today. He wanted his estate to go to his sons Julian and Sean, but included all kinds of stipulations about when and how they should receive their inheritance. And he made Ono the executor of his estate. It's now valued at $350 million. Or actually, that was the value on his death, and it's probably grown to about $500 million.
Yoko has $500 million. More money than she'll ever need in a lifetime. And yet there's some kind of weirdness there that she won't give this kid, Julian Lennon, who really was neglected by his father, who was never thought of as John's son. Because
Not by Yoko.
Not by Yoko. But here's a kid who was really left behind by his father. And I know that John Lennon would want his son Julian to have some money.
Well, according to Travis's column today, Julian was supposed to receive his share when he turned 30, and now he's 32, and he still hasn't gotten anything.
And listen to why. Yoko says he's not responsible.
Yes, she's decided.
Yeah, she's decided. A woman who was on heroin. Was that correct that she was on heroin?
Yes, they have admitted to having problems with that drug.
A woman on heroin. She's deciding who's stable.
Now, didn't she have a lot of money when she was doing that?
Yeah, but she's a stable person. She knows how to take care of money. And Julian Lennon, believe me, knows how to take care of money. Same way Yoko does. Yoko Ono. That's her name, Yoko Ono. You know why? Because you go to, hey, Yoko, can I have my money? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
He admits to being a bit of a cut-up in his 20s, but he says his wild living is all behind him now.
Yeah, and Yoko's had plenty of wild
And why
living.
should you have to perform for Yoko? Yoko, you see, I'm living a good life now.
Yeah, Yoko, I want my money now. That was my dad, okay? He was just some guy who must have been insane when he married you. It's a fluke you got the money.
He still hopes he can work it out. His lawyers are trying to get him to sue.
I don't know who his lawyers are, but they're right. He should be suing her, getting his money.
I didn't know that he was actually named in the will. This is news to me. I always thought that he was just sort of having
asking.
to be nice to Yoko to try to get something out of her.
No, she's got to part with a little of the cash. Give him a little something. Be nice to the kid. Imagine he's got to go around knowing he's John Lennon's son. Meanwhile, he's got to sell his house because he ran out of dough.
I know. Couldn't keep the payments going for the upkeep.
Poor Julian is jealous of JFK Jr.
Jackie's not making him beg.
No. Believe me, I wish Jackie had done been like Yoko and not given JFK Jr. any money.
Yeah, until he shows some responsibility. Get a job.
I'd like to see him actually work for a law firm for more than 3 weeks. I'm just jealous.
There's a rumor that also comes out of the London tabloids that Frank Sinatra Jr. is going to marry Heidi Fleiss.
Of course.
The Hollywood madam.
What a lucky guy. Wasn't she like a hooker a couple of weeks ago?
She was the Hollywood Madam. I don't know whether she hooked, but they do claim that she was a hooker at one time in somebody else's stable. But according to Neil Travis, she has confirmed off the record that she has a thing going with Frank's little boy.
What does Frank say about it? He
I don't
says,
know that Frank understands.
If it ain't written on the teleprompter, you don't know about it.
I don't know that tune.
I can't believe it. I guess Frank Jr.'s got a pretty low opinion of himself.
Why do you say that?
Come on, Heidi Flies. I think he'd be happy if he got Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, he could get a lot of girls, actually, couldn't he?
Why not? You're Frank Jr.
You'd think so. I know a guy who was Dan Rather Jr. He was getting a lot of girls. And he wasn't even Dan Rather Jr. He was just pretending to be.
It's amazing what's going on. So that's what's happening.
All right, Robin. Thank you very much. An excellent newscast once again. You should be very proud of yourself. You should put that one in the archive.
Why?
It was an excellent newscast. I felt very well informed. I enjoyed it.
What do you know now that you didn't know before?
I don't remember one thing you said.
I know it.
I'm dizzy. If you give me a quiz, I'm in trouble. All right, listen, Robin, let me just mention a couple of things. We have our excellent new videotape still for sale and the poster. So, 1-800-52-STERN, $39.95. Get it. You'll love it. You see all the backstage footage. You know what happened to us in Newark? They banned us from ever setting foot and doing a show in Newark again after the New Year's show.
Have you tried to go to Newark?
Well, no, I haven't. And I don't plan on it. But if I ever do, I know I'm banned there because the city council banned us after they saw the backstage tape. And we want to bring you the backstage tape. It's available at 1-800-52-STERN, $39.95, $4.50 shipping and handling. You get this great Leroy Neiman poster that we will discontinue selling after we take this off the market.
What do you think they'll do if you go there? Arrest you?
Yes, I do. I saw the backstage tape. I'd have me arrested. 1-800-52-STERN. You must be 18 or older to order this fabulous tape. And it's brought to you by Infinity Ventures and me. You will enjoy it as we sit around and clown around in front of the cameras and watch all this tape with you. You'll have a good time. Jackie Platinum, Joe Page Martling, congratulations to you on your new Wild Comedy CD. Only $10 plus free shipping and handling. Price includes full-color Jokeland catalog. Call 1-800-323-5464. This Saturday, Jackie, once again, his live show, June 4th, big show at the Starlight Theater in Albany. Tickets going fast. Get there. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-9221. Stuttering John will be making two big Cleveland appearances this Friday, June 3rd at 4 p.m. John will be signing his newly released CD at Quonset Hut Records on Broadview and Pleasant Valley Road in Parma. And 10 p.m. John's band will be playing at the Agora Theater. Malika, of course, Malika Kinnison, next Monday through Saturday at Al's Diamond Cabaret in Reading, Pennsylvania. I'll be on Letterman June 24th. Are you planning a wedding or a summer party? Do you need a great disc jockey for your party? Call Scott, Engineers, Rocket Entertainment in the New York tri-state area, 718-BAG-5040. Yes, Gary?
We probably don't have time for this today, so tomorrow I guess you can read William F. Buckley Jr.'s editorial about you and your run for governor.
Yeah, I read it already. He didn't say anything. He just blabbers on. He didn't really say anything.
He never does.
He didn't make a conclusion.
I just think it's funny that he would comment on you at all.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I read it. I never know whether to read all these articles that are coming out on me being governor. I don't know if people are interested in them or not. You know? When you start reading to people and stuff, Robin?
Mm-hmm. You could read
selected portions.
Segments if they were of interest.
All right. It's kind of cool that William F. Buckley wrote a whole column on me.
Yes.
Even though I can't... He pretty much reprinted another guy's column.
Have you ever seen his TV show on Channel 13?
What, Firing Line? Yeah, that's a snooze fest.
He talks in one tone, and nobody gets to say anything except for him.
Yeah, he's the only guy who asks questions that are longer than Dick Cavett.
And you know what's weird, too? He has a whole bunch of, young people who, suck up to him through the whole thing. They fall down on his every word, and no one knows what he's saying.
He's the guru of the political right. He's the guy who invented it.
You know why I never take him seriously? And even him commenting on me, I really don't know what conclusion he's drawing, but he had a brother who ran for senator. I can't remember the guy's name. And he was a big supporter of his brother, and his brother was going to change things. Now we're going to have a real conservative. He ran for senator here in New York, I think. If I tell you this was a guy who did nothing for 4 years, these guys are such blowhards, these Buckleys. James Buckley.
Did he run for Senate?
Yes, Senate. He was a senator here for 4 years.
A state senator?
No.
In Washington?
In Washington.
That's a 6-year term.
Hey, he only served 4 years. I knew that. Is that right? You get 6 years?
Yeah.
He was here 6 years. It seemed like 4, though. It went very fast.
Fred Norris does probably the best William F. Buckley impersonation I've ever heard.
Really? Well, let me hear that, Fred.
What I would like to say on behalf of the Libertarian Party, which is the pedantic correctness of it all, I dare say...
That's not the best I ever heard.
I've always liked it.
That's good. It's very good. He does a good one. I know that. I
That
hired him.
was Boy Gary trying to suck up to Fred.
Yeah, so Fred would be mad at him. You do the best.
Hey, I've always thought he...
Best ever.
But who else does it? Fred does the only William F. Buckley.
Everyone does it.
Jackie does.
Oh, the most pedantic. Well, anyway, I won't go into the Buckleys right now, but it was really funny when his brother ran for senator and won, and then never did anything, just nothing. I mean, nothing.
Well, that's less government.
Yeah, less government, all right. Like government where people don't even show up. Okay, so did I read all the plugs? Yeah. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
97.1, 97.1, 97.1, 97.